going on, people? I'm King Richez and you're on the King Richez YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe right now and have the notification bell ringing so you don't miss any of the quality content on this here quality channel. We got something for everyone. We got the street interviews, we got the reaction videos, and we got the podcast. In the street interviews, I go out there and ask the general public questions pertaining to dating, such as, do nice guys finish last? And then on the reaction videos, I react to crazy stuff you see on the internet. And on podcast, we go more in depth on issues pertaining to dating and men's self-improvement. So if you know you like content like that, make sure you subscribe right now and have that notification bell ringing so you don't miss anything. Do it now. People, let me do that again. What's going on, people? King Richez back again with another podcast, yeah? Big up to the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody watches my channel and sends me positive energy. I absorb it all. And to all you trolls and you Twitter keyboard warriors talking about is this, is that, bruv. I don't mind, bruv. Keep your Twitter fingers busy, bruv. I don't care. Yeah, big up to all my guests. We're going to move along to the panel and each of them one by one is going to introduce themselves by saying their name, age, and a fun fact about themselves and relationship status as well. And I'm going to start right here.
Hey, my name's Royal. I'm 32 and I am a spiritual healer.
You're a spiritual healer. What does that mean?
It means that that I'm good at healing spiritually.
Just talking to the mic.
Energy. I'm good at like energy healing.
Energy! Let's go!
Readings and stuff like that. So yeah.
What, you read palms or something?
Tarot cards.
Tarot cards? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you usually accurate with that?
100% accurate. Like I've got reviews, everything, like people know.
What,
my social media.
Or on Yelp?
Nah, on Instagram, TikTok. But I don't really like.
What's the wildest thing you've predicted that came true?
No, I feel like I just tell people what's going on in their life now and how they can heal from that and how they can get better or what they need to do going forward.
So like you're a counsellor with tarot
Kind of like
cards.
life coach, exactly. Like it's more like spiritual, but trying to understand what someone's going through and helping them through it.
So how does the tarot cards come into it?
Because energy doesn't lie. So if I can read your energy through your cards, you know, it tells me.
So do you read? So okay. So someone walks in, yeah, and then you open the cards, and then you look at the cards. Then like, yeah, boom, this is what's wrong with you. Or do you start asking them questions about their life?
So I'd have to talk to them, ask their name and that and whatever. And then sometimes if I take online bookings, all I need is your name and 3 questions, and then I just prepare, shuffle, and the answers come out.
All right, boy. Sounds like magic. Ah, cool. Next one.
Hi, I'm Autumn. I'm 27 and I love to sing.
Go on and sing then.
Swimming in you.
Okay, all right, you got a little bit of harmonies there. Because, like, all you lot coming here to, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer. Bro, you're going to have to prove it on King Richez podcast, bruv. Yeah, I'm not just going to take it, I'm like, oh, I'm a singer, and then move on. Nah, bruv. You need to prove it. So, all right, you did your thing. What's your relationship status as well?
Dating someone special.
Oh, dating someone special. That's good. Did you say your relationship status?
I'm definitely single.
Talk into the mic.
I'm definitely single. Single by choice.
Oh, by choice. Okay. What about you? What's your story?
So I'm Michaela.
Talk into the mic.
It's not close enough, that's why. I'm Michaela. I'm 22 years old and I do nursing, but I'm part-time model.
Okay. What kind of modeling? Music videos for rappers?
A little bit of everything. Yeah.
What else? Rappers, what else?
So I've done a few music videos. My previous one was the N-Dub's new music video.
So rappers then?
Yeah, but like I've done a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything with modelling.
Alright, so what other modelling things have you done apart from music videos?
I've done glam. So if no one knows that, it's boudoir. I've done beauty, fashion, e-commerce. I've done a few e-commerce for websites, independent companies, XYZ. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm starting off, but I'm growing.
All right, respect. Because it sounded a bit shaky at first. It was like, I do modeling. What kind of modeling? Music videos.
Do you
For
know
who?
what?
Boy.
Rappers. You know what I mean? Like, it sounded kind of one-dimensional, but it sounds like you've done a few things out there. I respect that. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, awesome. Next one.
Hello, guys. I'm Maggie. I'm going to be turning 30 this year, so I'm entering my grown and sexy era. Can't wait for that.
What era was you in before?
Like, less grown and less sexy. So, yeah.
Okay.
30 is like, yeah, it's a reawakening. I can't wait. Interesting fact about me.
Was you asleep before?
Kind of. I mean, isn't everyone up to a certain point? But, you know, let's not get into existentialism.
When I'm awake, I'm awake. When
Okay.
I'm asleep, I'm asleep.
Well, it depends if you're speaking, like, literally or figuratively.
Whatever you want it to be.
Right. My fun fact is I'm poly. For those of you who don't know what that is, I'm polyamorous. So I don't subscribe to a monogamous lifestyle.
Oh, so you got like 5 boyfriends?
Well, I'm bi as well. So
You got some boyfriends and girlfriends?
No, I'm in an open situationship.
Bro, boy. It just sounds like you're greedy, to be honest. To me, like, you're greedy. But, hey, live your movie, innit? All right, next one. What about you?
I'm Sarah. I'm 34 next week. I'm area manager for a company that has rental. And yeah, that's it.
What's your fun fact?
I practice boxing. I practice boxing, try to do professional, but then move here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
Or how many fights have you had
In Spain,
just in your life?
in my life,
Yeah.
5, 6.
That's good, man. I was doing sparring today. Yeah, I'm practicing for all you Twitter guys. Yeah. I want to talk crap about King Richez on Twitter. Yeah, watch when I see you, King Richez. Yeah, watch when I see you, bruv. Anyway, yeah, that's cool, man. So what, are you not boxing anymore?
Yeah, boxing here, but less
Why?
time.
This time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm single.
All right, wicked. I respect that. All right, next one.
Hey, I'm Helene Leeds. And we flew in from LA this morning, so happy to be here.
West Side?
Woo! And I'm a wellness entrepreneur, and I'm the co-founder of a company called Step It Up, and I co-founded it with my daughter, who's here with me. I'm so excited. And so we're working on empowering the overweight to overcome.
Is it easy empowering the overweight to overcome?
No, it's
Why
not.
not?
No, because
Why?
we're dealing with ourselves and our stuff, and it's heavy, and our stories carry weight.
Who's usually easier to encourage to do something about their situation, men or women, do you think?
It's a good question.
I know.
Yeah, it's easier for men, but I think women are more proactive
It's easier for men. Why
is.
Why is it easier for men?
because they lose weight faster. They get results like really fast.
But okay, so it's not easier for women to lose weight. But what about your mindset? Your mindset's got a lot to do with it, though, don't you
Everything,
think?
absolutely everything.
So if you really want to change yourself, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you want to change, you'll change, innit? Do
Absolutely,
you get what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we could go into that later on.
I'm 47 and I'm in a relationship.
Awesome. All right, next one.
Well gone, people. I'm versatile. If you don't know me, then you'll get to know me. I'm a DJ, radio host, events organizer, neotech, all the above.
Pull the mic down a little bit because it's covering you a little bit.
I'm 25.
More. Pull it down. Yeah,
Alright, cool.
Pull it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 25, going on 26 when it's Gemini season. What else? I'm single like a Pringle. And fun fact, I've got Tourette syndrome. So I bring awareness about that when I can. And yeah. It's me still.
So what kind of music do you DJ?
Everything from a man piano to funky house to drill, anything, man.
What's your favourite music?
I ain't got a favourite, I'm not gonna lie to you. But as of recently, a man piano. That's my vibe still.
I don't like music much.
You don't like music?
Nah.
Why?
I think it's brainwashing.
It depends on what type of music
It's all
you listen
brainwashing.
to. But how do you receive the music? Do you listen to it just
Like
for vibes?
a human being.
I mean, everyone takes it in different ways. You get me? So
Not really. Everyone's got ears, eardrums, and a brain.
yeah, true. But some people take lyrics seriously, and some people just want to vibe to it because it's got a nice beat.
And a lot of people get brainwashed, and I don't want to be brainwashed. Do you know what I noticed? That like if I go a whole week and I don't listen to any music, my brain seems to function a lot better, and I seem to be very clear-headed.
Well, that's you. That's not everybody.
Everyone.
That's everyone. You can't speak for everyone.
That's everyone.
You can't speak for everyone.
If you're not being influenced by outside ideas, you will be very clear-headed. So even if you can say, oh yeah, well that's just you now, but subconsciously it is affecting you. Even the beat will affect you because there's some beats that are dark and some beats that are happy.
Yeah, that's true.
So it will affect your mood.
To an extent.
Like let's say you was gonna go and fight the ops. Yeah. And you was going and gonna go and do a drive-by. You're gonna listen to some angry music, aren't you? That's what a lot of people do. They listen to yes, they do.
Not necessarily. No.
They probably wouldn't listen to some happy music, would they?
Well, it is a known fact that serial killers do listen to classical music, and that's not very angry.
Serial killers are not the only people that go and hurt people outside.
I know, but what I'm saying is, your point is subjective.
No, you're going to the extreme. You're the one that said serial killers.
But I'm just giving you an example. Like,
yeah, it's an example, but it's an extreme, isn't it?
It is an extreme, but it's still an example.
I never said it's not an example. You're not listening. I never said it's not an example. I said it's an extreme.
Okay, fair enough.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. King Richez. Woo! All right, next one.
What the heck is going on?
Well, I don't know. I do this every day, so I find it funny, innit? Like at this point.
Well, it's either a comedy or a tragedy, right?
Oh boy.
I'll take comedy. Hey guys, can you hear me by the way?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, cool. I'm Dimitri, Chief Executive Officer for LGFG Fashion House, the multinational famous suit brand. Of course, you guys know us as the company that dresses Jordan Peterson, Lennox Lewis, Alice Cooper, Eddie Hall, Zuby, who was here in the studio today. It keeps going. I'll give you guys an interesting fact. Actually, today on the internet, something amazing is happening. Jordan Peterson just met Hide the Pain Harold, the meme guy. So now there's this thing going around. It's like the maps of memeing. And they have a picture, and it's got like 300,000 likes in the last hour. I was the one that introduced them 2 days ago. And I'm like, this picture would break the internet. So I thought it was pretty cool. I'm here because repping the company LGFG, we're looking for young men to hire to build your lives to make $1 million a year. That's the promise we make. You're going to make 100,000 within 2 years, and you're going to get to $1 million. And so, we teach young men how to learn the discipline and the science of sales and building wealth and creating themselves into more powerful men through the art and science of selling. Myself, I'm 40 years old. I'm married for 10 years. I got 4 kids. Lots of cars, lots of watches, lots of money, and looking for more money. So please join our company so we can all get rich tomorrow.
That is awesome. Hey, that's that's awesome, bro. Lots of money, lots of watches, bro. You know what time it is, bro. Big up to Dimitri.
I don't know what time it is because, when you got one watch, you know the time. But when you got 74 now, it's like, I don't know what time it is.
Hey, you just blew my mind right there. But yeah. Hey, last but not least.
Hi, I'm Penelope. I am the co-founder of Step It Up with my mother, Helene. I'm in a long-term monogamous relationship, and my mission is to empower the overweight to overcome.
Okay. That's good, man. What's it like co-founding a business with your parent? How does that feel? What's it like?
I mean, when I was 10, I was like, oh, we're definitely going to do this one day. But then I was like, I don't know if that's really going to happen. And then one day, my partner actually was like, you need to do this. And it's important. And I was actually 300 pounds, believe it or not. And I was like, you know what? I need to help other people because this is not okay. People can't be this overweight and okay.
What was the main thing that helped you to lose weight?
That's a good question.
Diet and obviously what was the change in diet
and mindset that I'm not going to get anywhere in life if I stay 300 pounds for the rest of my life and keep eating in my bed.
Mm-hmm. Do you think in our society now it kind of encourages people to just don't let nobody tell you anything, you just stay how you are, you're great, you're a goddess no matter how you are? Do you think that's accurate? That's how society is these days?
The body positivity movement is toxic and it's killing people.
Wow, that's powerful. It's powerful. This is a powerful podcast right now, yeah? And my name's King Richez. If you didn't know, go on Twitter. I'm trending. Not for good reasons. Well, anyway. All right, cool. First question, warm-up question for the ladies, yeah? Looks, money, or loyalty? You have to pick two in a man that you're going to be with forever. So you only have two of the three options. Looks, money, or loyalty. Yeah, starting with you.
Loyalty and money.
Your phone looks away, yeah?
Yeah, it's not about that.
It's not about looks.
It's about the mind.
No, we're saying looks, money, or loyalty.
So I'd say money and loyalty.
Why?
Because I don't care. Like I used to be that kind of person who, like, just liked someone for the way they looked, like, you know, the overall thing. But I'm kind of like deep now. Like I look deeper than the surface. Yeah,
I'm deep now.
You know,
how convenient.
No, but for real, like it's all about the mindset. So if you got the right mindset, you're a leader. You know how to get money. I wanna teach me.
When
you know,
did you get the right mindset? How long ago did that start?
4 years ago.
Oh, how convenient. So you what? How old are you? Like 28.
I was 28 exactly.
Oh. How convenient.
I had an awakening.
So before you was 28, what would you do?
I was with the wrong people that just didn't have my best interest at heart, people that just liked me because of the way I looked. They didn't really care about who I was.
And you liked them because of the way they looked.
Because the persona, all that kind of stuff.
What kind of guys did you go for before you was 28?
Put it this way, none of them had a real job.
But they look cute though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Looks, money, or loyalty?
I mean, it's important to be attracted to somebody. But if I had to choose between those two, right?
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
Loyalty and money.
So your friend looks away as well?
I think looks can actually be improved on. You can.
Nah, not in this case. No.
In this case, well,
he's a duck.
You'd be surprised.
He's a duck. Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Quack.
All right. You'd be surprised what someone's loyalty and character can do. Just
really?
It's happened before. I've
You'd
dated.
be surprised what looks can do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are my choices.
Okay. All right. No problem.
Tricky choice, but had to be made.
You think it's tricky?
Yeah.
Why?
Because in an ideal world, you'd want as much.
You want it all?
All, no. But
no, you don't want everything.
No, you want someone responsible, right, in life. You want someone attractive to you because you're stuck with them forever. And you want someone...
And they're stuck with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes both ways. And you want someone with loyalty. It's a very hard question. These are the foundations that we require.
Okay. All right, next one. Looks, money, or loyalty?
I'm the same.
What? What do you mean? What?
Money and loyalty.
Why?
100%.
Why are you saying that?
Because me naturally, I don't quite like, or my preference is not really the most attractive person in the room. Just because.
So you date ducks?
I'm just saying, if you had money, you can improve
So if
yourself.
he's got money, it don't matter if he's a duck. As long as he's got money, it's all
He
right.
could improve himself. You know how many celebrities have improved their looks.
I don't really look at celebrities like that.
But, you know, they have money, though. They're the easiest examples that I can give. But money can give you that.
Do you know there's a TV show called Botched?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that show?
That's crazy. That's a little extreme.
It's an extreme.
It happens.
Extreme.
Yeah, but it happens. There's a lot of people that they actually delete themselves by going under the knife. That happens quite a lot. What was it? You like to talk about celebrities. Kim Kardashian's lookalike, she met her end under the knife.
That's true. But do you know what it is, though, is no matter how many guys there is in the room and how attractive they are, I'm very attracted to energy. And
Let's go! Energy, let's go! I don't see you, but for your energy, let's go! Let's go.
But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, like, it's very hard for a guy to grab my attention, to be honest. But if you do grab my attention and you're an attractive person, but you come across shallow, you're going to grab my attention for like 2 seconds. And that's shallow. It. Maybe in their own way. It depends who.
Maybe.
It depends how you envision them, because it's always the impression that they give to you that you kind of make this, I don't know, vision of them, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
You make a vision of them, or they are who they are?
Well, some people like to put up a persona. So it's really difficult. But all I'm trying to say is I'm just very attracted to energy, and you can hold me down if you have the
Hold me down
energy.
with energy. Let's go.
Yeah. Because attraction, as a lot of people know now, can only get you so far. So, and like you said...
until you're 28. Innit?
Depends how mature you are.
Interesting. All right, next one. I'm talking to the mic. It seems very far from you. Pull the mic closer to you.
Is it close enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever's comfortable.
Cute. Yeah. I guess
Looks, money, or loyalty?
Unpopular opinion in the house. I'm choosing looks. Nobody come for me. But yeah, looks and loyalty. Because I just feel like I'm a smart businesswoman, like natural born hustler. Like I can make money and we can make money together. But
No,
at the
you
end
can't
of
make money. If you ain't got money, you can't make it. That's the point.
that wasn't one of the conditions you said. You said choose
No,
the
this is my
foundations.
scenario. You
But
can't listen, you can't change my scenario. I'm giving you a set thing. Looks, money, or loyalty. You can't then just morph it to be how you want it to be.
Of course you can morph it because you're like, these are the foundations. You build on a foundation.
Then I can't ask you the question. If you're going to change the question to make it how you want it to be, there's no point asking you.
Well, it's not changing it. I'm just saying, like, it's going to be an evolving situation because no one stays constant,
That's hope.
right?
That's hope.
That's reality. Everyone
It's not
evolves
reality
in some way.
because the reality is I'm giving you 3 choices.
Okay, and I chose loyalty and looks.
Okay, cool. Would you describe yourself as a boss B?
Definitely.
What does that mean?
I mean, I wouldn't use those terms necessarily, but I mean,
So why do you say you are one then?
Because using your terminology, the equivalent, I would describe myself in a different way. Like, I would say probably like independent, like self-sufficient. So I would use different terms, but it's essentially like
Is that
the
what
same
makes
thing.
you a boss? Because you're independent and you pay bills?
No, I think it's just the self-sufficiency. Like, I'm not dependent on anyone to secure the kind of lifestyle that I like to lead. So
Doesn't that make you an adult?
well, I guess in some people's definitions.
So
but
everybody that's out there...
it makes you a functional adult because some people are just dysfunctional adults. Like, you know.
So if you are out there and you're independent and you pay bills, are you a boss B? Does that
But
make you a boss?
I'm not even talking about paying bills. Self-sufficiency comes down to so much more than just paying a bill. It comes down to being able to like secure your own happiness, like being content with who you are without having to like emotionally leech off of other people.
Does that
like,
make you a boss?
I think so.
Boss of who?
Boss of yourself.
A boss has workers though.
Well, like in a
How can you be a boss on your own?
In a corporate structure sense, you can be a sole trader, like I am. By the way, guys, I'm a marketing consultant. If you need my services,
Do you
at
work
me.
for somebody?
No, I work for myself.
Oh, that's good. Have you got workers?
No, because I'm just like I'm my own brand.
So you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, freelancer.
That's good, man. You're doing well then.
I try.
So are you a boss?
I'm the boss of my own inhibitions. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But yeah, looks and loyalty, because for me, like, attraction is paramount. I'm a very sexual person. That is essential in a relationship. So I have to have that dynamic. Yeah.
So basically, you don't mind meeting up with a guy. What did you say? Looks and
Loyalty.
Loyalty. So you don't mind meeting up with a guy who's a bum with no money, but as long as he's good looking and he's loyalty, he probably will be very loyal to you because he ain't got nothing else going on. And he's gonna probably be great in the sack as well. He's gonna have a lot of energy because he ain't got nothing going on.
There we go.
And he's got all the time in the world to lay pipe. Yeah, normal.
Yeah. Well, those are my choices, right?
Yeah. All right, next one. Looks, money, or loyalty?
Logically, you will say money and loyalty, but from my experience, I always ended up with pretty faces, broke, and no loyal.
Oh, why though? Why do you always end up that way?
Oh, they look good.
So would you say you're more focused on looks?
I would say I try to not to, but I ended up with pretty faces that are broke as fuck.
Like, okay, so the last time you talked to a guy who was a pretty face, like when you realized he had nothing going on, like he was a bum, what was your thought process then?
My last ex lived with me without paying anything.
You what?
My last ex lived with me in my apartment in Spain without paying anything because he was having a bad time for some months. So I pay because I had the money.
So how long did that carry on?
All COVID in Spain, like 4
don't say
months.
the C word.
Oh, sorry, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
And then what? You ended it.
And then I'm moving here to UK with him because he's from here.
So you're still with him?
No, I left here in 2 weeks. He's now with.
Oh, how did you end it? What did you say?
Oof, I left.
You just didn't say nothing. You just left.
Did my things and I left.
Oh, boy. You left him with the rent, boy. Mad. His life got crazy real quick. You know the SpongeBob meme, bruv? When the lobster is in the middle and everything's swirly, bruv. That's your ex, bruv. Yeah. It's like, bruv, it just went mad, bruv.
He has his mom. It's okay.
Now, she's in Spain or wherever the hell.
No, he is from here. He's UK, London guy.
Oh, he's from the UK.
Yeah.
You met him in Spain.
Yeah.
He was broke over there.
Yeah.
That means he started broke here. How did he even get over there, bruv?
He had money.
Man hitchhiked to Spain.
He went there to do some business that didn't end up well.
Business.
Yeah.
The boss. We got another boss on our hands. All right, cool. Awesome. Next one, looks, money, or loyalty.
I really want all three, but if I have,
You can't have everything, love. You can't have everything.
I know. So if I have to choose two, the consensus is here as well. Loyalty number one.
Don't worry about what they say. Worry about what is your life. Don't worry about what they say.
Loyalty is absolutely paramount, and so is money.
Okay, so you're throwing away looks.
In this case, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
It is.
It's pain, isn't it? So imagine looking at him, looking at this guy, this lump. Yeah, and he's getting on top of you, humping. Boy, it's mad. Don't you think like you'd get tired of that? Like, it don't matter how much money or whatever. Of course he's loyal. He looks like crap. He's gonna be loyal.
Everybody has positive traits, and you learn to see those and relate to them.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But we don't know. So all you know is that he looks like crap. That's all you know for sure. That's the constant.
Yeah, but a good heart is really attractive.
Yeah, okay. Good heart.
I've dated guys before who were not loyal, and it's
You what?
I've dated guys before who were not loyal.
Was they good looking?
Very,
Was they tall and good looking?
very tall, very good looking, very wealthy. Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? This is the same story. What episode are we on? 77, and I haven't heard anything new yet. This is crazy. But, we have to keep going. So, why do you think that those guys that were tall and good looking, why wasn't they loyal, do you think?
Because they could cheat, they could do it. I mean, it's like, it's like power.
Like when you realized that they were kind of like bad for you, did you stick around sometimes?
Oh yeah, a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I played the game.
Yeah. No, they played the game.
But I let it happen.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're winning though.
I didn't draw the line. I could have left right away, but I didn't, and I should have.
Yeah. You was a part of a roster at that time. Now, obviously now it's different, but at that time, it was us, one of the starting five. But it's okay. It happens. All right. Looks, money, or loyalty?
Looks and loyalty, man.
So you're throwing money away.
Bruv.
I'm surprised you said that,
Gemini.
Listen, I can make my own money. I don't need someone else's money. Like, I can make my own money.
Yeah.
And if I'm making money, my partner, whether that's man or woman, they can feed off of me. I don't really care, to be honest.
You don't mind if they feed off of you. That's a serious choice of words.
Well,
if they feed off of you. You know,
Not
a lot
like
of
that.
people are watching this. Let me tell you something. A lot of people watch this podcast,
That's fine.
And like they might see some person, some man or woman might see that. Oh, I can feed off of this DJ, fam.
Not like that, innit? But
I'm going to your next rave. And I'm going to stand next to the DJ booth, bruv. What, do you need a drink? Do you need a drink? Oh, no, that was a sick tune, bro. That was a sick tune. Nah, you know what, yeah? I've got a rave as well, I might need your services.
say nothing. Shout me, innit?
Is it? It's like that? Oh, you must be balling then.
Listen, I'll tell you my
You're
price.
rich.
I'm not rich. I'm rich in spirit. You get me?
Eh?
I'm rich in spirit first before anything.
Does that pay your bills?
No, it doesn't. But
how are they gonna feed off you in spirit, bruv?
Don't worry
they
about
that. They
that.
need to feed in the real world as well. Or they will
can.
wither away very quickly.
Don't worry about that.
I'm not worried. That is funny, man. All right, I've got to jump to the next lady.
I can add something. I mean, if you want.
All right, go on. Looks, money, loyalty.
Well, I mean, from a male perspective, a woman's going to be looks and loyalty, and really not a lot of other things. But when you're looking at it from the female perspective, there's a really interesting data on this, and it's actually pretty cool, right? So when you look at let's talk about money. We'll start there. Okay, so 85%.
Hold on, bro. Yeah. Let her say her bit.
Sure.
So that,
cool.
Because I don't want you to influence what she's going to say.
Understood.
Go on, quickly. Looks, money, or loyalty?
I honestly have to go with you. I would say all three. Like, if I could choose all three. But I can't.
You can't have everything.
I know, I can't. Well, I have it currently, so I can't.
Oh, sorry.
But.
Oh, sorry.
But I would say loyalty and money.
Loyalty and money. So you're throwing away looks as well?
Yeah.
So you don't mind if he looks like crap. He looks like a thumb. It's okay.
I don't mind.
Looks like a toe.
Doesn't matter.
The middle toe. You know that middle long one, bruv? He looks like that one. Calm with
I
that.
think looks can be improved.
Sometimes they can't, though.
I mean, I was...
Some people just look worked, and that's it. Like, it's over.
I don't know. You can do a lot of transformation in the gym. I used to be 300
gym,
pounds.
you
I had
think so?
3 chins.
Yeah, but some people are slim and they look like crap.
That's true.
What about that?
They're not going to be
What
coming
if
near
he's
me?
already in shape and he looks like crap? Now what? What are you going to do now, huh? What are you going to do now?
I'll figure it out.
You're going to figure it out. All right, back to my boy. What do you think about it?
Well, okay, so we can look at it from the, what as a woman can say, well, here's what I want, here's what I believe. But we know that what a woman wants and believes is not actually what's transparent through her behavior, We have to look at data on this. And so let's look at the data. Okay, so one thing that we know is that the divorce rates substantially decline once a man's income reaches about $200,000 a year. There's a steady decline for divorce rates as men get wealthier. So you ask yourself the question, what does it mean that there are less divorces when men get wealthier? Well, let's ask the next question. Who initiates most divorces? We know that about 80% of divorces are initiated by women. It's 90% of divorces of the women is college educated. They initiate the divorces, right? So what does that mean that the divorces are initiated by women, but divorces substantially decline as a man gets wealthier? Who are these women leaving?
I can tell you.
Sure.
The men doesn't feel very comfortable when the woman is doing more money. They feel very uncomfortable. I have this problem.
Well, actually, that's not true. That's actually not true. It's the 80% of women that are in relationships and 90% of the college educated. It's actually the women that are not comfortable if they're earning more money than the men. You left your boyfriend because he was lazy. He wasn't making money. But let's just go back to the data here for a second. So man makes more money. Divorces go down. Divorce is initiated overwhelmingly by women. So women are not leaving men that are making money. So the next question would be, what happens with the whole cheating and loyalty department, right? If you look at the cheating rates for women, under $30,000 a year, so lower and middle lower income men, the cheating rate for women is about 25%, up to about 30%, because women cheat in order to it's hypergamy. They're looking for a way out of the relationship, right? So it's but as the income rates go up, something really interesting happens, right? The cheating rate for women declines, and the cheating rate for men goes up. So women decline from 30% down to about 13% cheating rates as the man makes more money. But as the man makes more money, his propensity to cheat goes from about 13% up to about 30%. Which is really, really interesting when you think about it. So what do women really value, right? So women are not leaving wealthy men because divorce rates drop when men are wealthy. Women are not leaving wealthy men. But wealthy men statistically cheat 3 times more than poor men. So what do women really value?
Can I ask which the statistics you're speaking of and of what year? Because it's very important. It's very important to cite where you get your statistics from because we're listening to you.
Sure, that's fine.
It would be very interesting to know.
Well, this is just, anyways. We can definitely give you the cited sources, and there's a lot of information. This is not private secrets.
So until then, it's not a fact.
I mean, it's very much a fact.
Okay.
It's very much
statistics.
A fact. Which book do you want me to cite?
Well, you're the one stating the statistics, so I would love to hear.
Okay, well, I lied and I made all these numbers up, but they're not true. So just live your life and continue.
You can find many statistics that can kind of
Listen,
acknowledge your point of view.
I'm not getting into that low IQ argument. I'm just giving you statistics as they exist. You can look up these rates very, very transparently now, especially because nowadays it's very easy to actually see transparently through a relationship through just electronic tracing, right? When you have divorce courts, you can actually see very, very accurately how many divorces were proven to be caused by infidelity and other factors, right? Women don't tend to leave men statistically. Not every woman's the same. These are group statistics. We're not talking about individuals. And buddy, I know I'm different because I would never do that. I'm an entrepreneur and I am a meth leopard and all these kind of, I have tarot cards and I'm a Gemini, but whatever. Listen, bottom line is these do not apply to individuals, your group statistics, right? Men cheat more as they get wealthier because they have more access to sex. attracts more women, make themselves more available. Women cheat less as they are with a wealthy man. So statistically speaking, we know that money actually drives loyalty in a relationship when the man makes money. Women are not divorcing wealthy men, even though 1 out of 3 of them cheat. Another really interesting statistic here is that 85% of millionaires are married. 85% of billionaires. It's actually more like 88% of billionaires are married. Overwhelmingly wealthy men tend to be married for a significantly longer period of time. They're statistically more likely to cheat, and their women are statistically significantly less likely to cheat or to leave them. So here's a question. What do women really value?
This all sounds really sad, to be honest.
It's because the marriage gets broke because when a woman is not doing enough money, that affects the relationship because they don't feel comfortable.
When a woman is not making enough money?
When the man is not making enough money, this affects the relationship completely. I have been there. And that at the end, the women have to leave. Because the relationship
obviously, but keep in mind too that like high value men are not men that are making no money. And high value men tend to pick women that have certain characteristics as well. But that's a different argument. The point is, I can't answer for what a woman wants, but we can look at the data and see very, very clearly what women's behavior says they want, right?
Yeah, but sorry, you're talking about marriage though. Like you're talking in a marriage because you're like divorce rates, okay? Right. But like your statistics is based off of one part of society.
Fair.
And it's based off of what is that US statistics? That's not UK statistics.
It's G20. It's G20.
What? Okay, what is that?
Biggest 20 economies in the world, including America, the US, Germany, etc. Let's imagine the Western world, right?
So you can't generalize. So you're talking about a certain type of people, the married.
I mean, you literally just argued it yourself. Oh, you're talking about that country. I'm talking about all countries. Oh, we can't generalize. I mean, which side of the argument were you picking here? You want to be right? Be right. I mean, we can live in delusion if we want to and say that's not true. Actually, rich men are the ones that are blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we know that overwhelmingly across all G20's countries, like rich men tend to cheat more. Rich men tend to get divorced less. And 80 to 90% of women are the ones initiating the divorces. So women are just not leaving them.
Well, not every woman's weak though. So you're speaking about a specific type of woman.
Well,
there's women that are entrepreneurs. And they're very strong and they're very confident within themselves. So if I had a wealthy man and he's cheating on me, he's got to go. So obviously it's not a problem because I know my worth.
Did you say he's got to go?
Yeah,
did you say he's got to go?
Yeah.
No, you're going to
You're going to go. You're the one being cheated on, yeah.
Well, he's got to go. You know, he's not
Hold on.
Sad.
If he's the rich man, yeah, you're probably living in his house.
Nah. I'm talking about a strong woman that's got her own stuff going on too.
You're still going to be the one that goes because if you're the strong woman, he's probably going to be of a high level to you, especially financially, because women tend to look up. They don't want to really dip down when they're dating men. They really want to look up. So if you are a woman that is on this strong level of having money, you're probably going to want a wealthier man. And so if that man is wealthier than you and you're already rich, bro, he can replace you.
And I can replace him.
Yeah,
100%.
No,
because men
and women are not the same in that. I'm sorry, because the fact of the matter is, like, he's gonna have more. Actually, that man is gonna have more options than you. He's gonna have a lot of women throwing themselves at him.
And all those women are not going to have any substance. Like,
and guess what? One thing about you being this strong woman with all this money, most men, you're probably going to disqualify them as well. You're not going to want to date them. So actually, he's going to end up having more options than you because men don't mind dating down.
But it's quality over quantity.
What do you mean quality? Just because you've got money doesn't mean you are better quality.
See, take money out of the situation.
You're the one that put money into it, so remember that.
The conversation is about money, but essentially it's quality over quantity. I couldn't care, how many guys want to be with me. I need to know what's going on mentally. What substance? What do you bring to the table? Mentally, spiritually, all that kind of stuff.
That man's table?
Everything.
What?
I can change a man's life.
How you change his life if he's already more successful than you?
But being wealthy is not success.
What is it?
Being wealthy is not success because you can be wealthy. Listen, you can be wealthy, but you're not in peace. You're at home. You're not living in peace.
Yeah, it could be.
Internally,
But what would you?
Internally, you're tweaking.
What would you rather do? Cry on the bus or cry in a Lamborghini? Where would you rather cry?
In the bus.
In the Lamborghini.
Who said on the bus?
Depends.
Who said on the bus?
As well.
You'd rather cry on a bus than a Lamborghini? Are you being for real? I'm just asking. I'm asking her.
Me?
Yeah, because you said it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, as she was saying, like, wealth doesn't mean success and doesn't exactly equate to happiness. Do you know what I mean?
Don't you think money solves a lot of problems that people have?
It can. It
can or it does?
No, it can. That's not for everybody. It can. Do
you eat food?
Yeah, of course I eat food.
Do you need shelter from the elements?
Yeah, but you don't need to be rich to have that.
Do you need heat?
Yeah, but you don't need to be rich to have that or wealthy to have that.
We also don't need to indulge.
You need money. You need money.
Of course you
essential.
need money.
So I said,
but you don't need to be wealthy.
What I asked you is that does money solve a lot of problems? You said it can. No, it's not it can. It does.
It can.
All right, cool.
Hey, yo, you know...
do you know what I'm learning? I'm not going to argue. This is live. Everyone can watch it. I don't even need to argue. They say these things themselves. So,
well, I want to know, why do you think that men cheat on women?
Why do men cheat on women? Well,
I'm
first of
asking
all,
everyone here, like, why do they think that?
Why do they? What do you mean?
There's
like,
obviously
why do
a
you
reason
think
behind
that?
it. Men don't just cheat to cheat. There's always a reason behind it.
Oh, sometimes
cheating is undisciplined.
Listen, sometimes a guy will cheat just because he just wants something different. I'm just being real.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
you know what?
but guess what? Most guys walking around are not in a position to be able to just cheat like that. So when women talk about that cheating, you're talking about the top selection of guys, Chad and Tyrone, tall, good looking with money, Lamborghinis, or like guys that are just doing well for themselves. Like, it's not the average Joe. The average Joe's having problems just getting one girlfriend. And when he gets one, he's probably going to be happy and she's going to probably think that she's better than him. That's the reality.
That's not the reality.
Yes, it is.
I have been cheated on my life all the time.
Oh, okay.
So
and what was the type of guy that cheated on you?
Normal guys.
Was they ducks?
No.
What's so special about them that you gave them a chance?
Who knows?
Who knows? There you go. So you don't even know the... You can't have proper conversations.
I see some things of them, different things. So I see that they have an idea, and I see that they are gonna fight for it, and then I'm not doing it. But I believe in them.
So you decided you opened your legs to a guy because he had an idea, and what?
He sold me the idea, and I'm stupid, and I buy it.
What idea?
Whatever idea about their lives,
relationship,
about the relationship,
of what
their lives.
Gonna be.
Yes.
So he sold you a dream, saying he's gonna be successful in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in your mind, subconsciously, you're thinking, this guy's going places. That's why I need to be with him. He wasn't just average. He gave you an above average dream, and you fell for it.
Yeah.
That's it. He never said, I'm Mr. Average and I'm going to be Mr. Average my whole life and that's it. Because you probably wouldn't like that.
But you say that
very much.
Most men with a normal girlfriend, they wouldn't cheat. And I have not only me, my experience and my friends.
Say that again, because sometimes it's hard to understand.
Sorry, you said that most men, average men with a girlfriend, they wouldn't cheat. You just said that.
They wouldn't be in position to cheat like that. Because at the end of the day, like, I mean, you could possibly go and sleep with ducks, but I mean, most guys would be pretty scared to lose their girlfriend over a duck, especially if he's just an average guy.
Not for the stories that I can hear.
Well, I mean, like
I don't know, girls.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think like also like another factor is like when there's like a massive discrepancy in a relationship, like
why do you keep making the mic far away from me?
Like let's say someone's a 10 or like I don't know if we're going to use that kind of scale. If someone's like considered to be like universally more attractive and someone else is like way below them on the attractive scale, I think that in itself can cause an inferiority complex in whichever partner, male or female, and that in itself can be motive enough to cheat. Like let's say a guy is with a woman who is like universally believed to be like a 10-10 and he's sitting at a 4 at best, like, you know, he's a duck by your terminology, but it's kind of just like, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's grateful to be with a 10, so he's going to be loyal because sometimes that constant fear that he's the lesser one.
So let's I'm assuming you're talking from some kind of experience or you've seen this happen in real life, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm also just talking hypothetically.
No, I'm just asking, like you've seen this happen in real life, yeah? So why did this 10 get with a 4? What motivate? What pushed her to go? Because obviously she's a 10. She's probably got other guys who are 10s hollering at her. So why would she bypass all these great guys, especially in the age of social media when the world is very small? Your friend who's a 10 could talk to Drake. Why would she pick a 4?
It happens a lot. I mean, I've picked 4s, like, plenty of times in the past.
Are you a 10?
I'm not saying I'm a 10, but I'm definitely above a 4.
What's that got to do with it, then?
I'm higher up on the scale than a 4, let's just put it that way. But, I mean, beauty is subjective at the end of the day. But the point being is, like...
No, why did your friend pick that 4?
So that's what I'm saying. It's like some people just like a certain dynamic in a relationship. Like, some women like to
be with an uglier guy.
Be worshipped.
So they're in a position of power.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, agreed.
That's a really good thing to do. do. Pick someone so you can be in a position of power over them so that they could be scared of losing you. Hence what I was talking about. The average guy out there, he'd probably be scared. In fact, he's probably, that guy that's a 4, he's probably not used to dating 10s very much because it's probably an anomaly. So he's probably going to be scared to lose that woman. And remember, just as you said, the woman will be in a position of power. So I'm sure she would make sure that guy understands that I can replace you, Mr. 4.
Well, that's the logic, but that's exactly the same example that I'm saying to prove the fact that, like, even those men are still capable of cheating, because sometimes that has the inverse effect.
Everybody's capable, but there's a risk and benefit analysis that goes on in people's heads.
Yeah, so but I'm just saying sometimes that
did the 4 cheat on your 10 friend?
Yeah,
he did.
So that's the point I'm trying to make, is like sometimes the inferiority complex that is instilled by the power dynamic will cause a person to cheat.
Why did he cheat on her?
That's what I just explained. So this inferiority complex where you know that you're the lesser.
He cheated on his 10 girlfriend because he has an inferiority complex because he's with a 10.
Yeah, and because he's constantly reminded of the fact that he's the lesser than part of that relationship.
Oh yeah, let me go and cheat because she's a 10.
Not for everyone, but that is a very valid dynamic, and that happens in a lot of relationships, unfortunately.
Well, let me tell you something.
I mean,
that's
Jay-Z,
a fact.
Beyonce.
Well, let me tell you something. What? When you say Jay-Z, Beyonce,
I said Jay-Z,
what?
Beyonce.
What
like, why would you cheat on B? Like, hello, it's giving
because
sense.
he's in a position where. Hold on, because he's in a position where he can.
Yeah, I
do you think Beyonce's got more options than Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she's stunning and talented.
Bruh, you're delusional, fam. You're delusion. This is delusion. But carry on, because they're gonna say he doesn't let people speak. Go on.
I stand by it. I think B's got more options, or at the very least, I think she's more of an asset to a relationship. Whether that reflects in reality, that's not up to my control. But considering she's a businesswoman, is the more stunning partner, and is multi-talented, you know, she's got everything that he has, including the wealth and the endorsements and the looks on top. So it's not a case where she's just arm candy. She's a whole business mogul.
Let me ask you a question. If she was to part ways from Jay-Z, which she didn't, and he cheated on her, remember Becky with the good hair? But yeah, if she was to part ways with Jay-Z, like, who would be a reputable suitor in the music industry to replace Jay-Z? Who would be a good substitution?
Why would they have to be in the music industry?
I'm just saying, who would be a good substitute in any industry?
Well,
who would be a good substitution? And this substitution, do you realistically think he would want to be with Beyonce?
I mean, I can't imagine many people that wouldn't want to be with Beyonce. So
of that level,
I mean,
Jay-Z level.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in the music industry. I would just. What about like NBA players?
Oh my days! You think NBA players are on Jay-Z's level?
Well, some of them. Some of them are.
I disagree.
Who's to say Beyonce wouldn't date down?
Athletes who have a shelf life of like 3 to 5 years. Are you being for real?
Yeah, shelf life in terms of their physical output, but then they have endorsements which will last them a lifetime.
What? Say that again?
Yeah, they have endorsements.
There's a documentary called Broke 30 for 30. I think you need to watch that, bruv. It talks all about pro athletes, the ones that were at the top of their game and still ended up bankrupt. So I think you need to do some more research if we talk about things like that.
Well, I don't see that happening for LeBron James, just saying.
What's LeBron James got to do with it?
Well,
if Beyonce broke up with Jay-Z, she gonna go to LeBron James, or hasn't he already got a family?
He's happily married, but I'm saying
exactly.
So
it would make sense to talk about someone that is available, wouldn't it not?
Well, you didn't specify that. I'm just saying.
Why would I need to specify
we've moved on
that?
the conversation. You're talking about athletes.
You're trying to move on. You're trying to confuse it.
No.
Why wouldn't you talk about guys that are available? Why would you talk about a guy that's taken?
Well, we're now talking about athletes with expiration dates. I simply made the point that LeBron James, I don't think he has an expiration date.
But he's not available though. So why not talk about someone that's available? That would make sense.
But don't you think less women and men would cheat if there were more traditional relationships with genuine values?
Ooh.
I feel like there's just way too much out here. I actually agree with you because sorry.
Oh my gosh.
This is just from experience and what I've observed with people that I've surrounded myself with, whether I know them or whether I'm just seeing them as strangers out there. But the same thing that happened with Gazelle. Did I just butcher her name? Because it's Gazelle, isn't it? Her and her husband, her ex.
Giselle Bündchen.
Yeah,
and Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, that's it. I feel like it's one of those things where potentially guys don't always want to have steak every single day. And I understand your perception about how guys kind of want something different. And if they're tempted and they don't practice their discipline and their resilience, then they can be easily swayed. But if you do practice your discipline and resilience, then it shouldn't matter to you who is in front of you, who is trying to sway you out of that.
Were you girls practicing your discipline and resilience when you were 22, 23 at your hottest, and you were like, I was just going for loyalty and character?
Yeah,
you
I'm
weren't
22.
You weren't going for looks and status and rap videos where you can put yourself into positions accidentally. I'm a model putting myself out to the world accidentally to potentially attract the highest value mate I possibly can. Whoops.
Did you say for me to attract men?
Well, you happen to be you're in modeling. You happen to be putting yourself into a position where you're very seen, and specifically, like it sounds like you're doing music videos. You're very seen by men who potentially have some status. Are you doing it because you just like to listen to new music, or are you doing it because you like attention?
It's money. I'm hustling. I have to do so many things on the side because I want to live.
Uber.
I want to live a life that I do not need a vacation from, and I don't need a man to do that because I'm going to provide myself that. I'm 22 years old. I don't want a relationship, and I'm very focused on myself. And in this part of my life, when you're focusing on yourself, you have to just think about what you have to.
You're 22. How are you in a position to give life advice?
Because first of all, observation, experience.
Observation of what? What have you built? What have you built? What have you done? What have you built?
I'm going through my life experiences.
Oh, you're living your movie.
Absolutely.
I want to address this young lady in front of me, Meth Leopard over here. I really enjoy that. So you talk about, my girl, she's a 10, she was dating a 4, and there's actually like a lot to unpack in there. It's very fascinating.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot more to it.
Well, here's one thing. So was he a 4 because retrospectively, whatever your girl did, which could have been good or bad, probably pretty horrible, you just decided that, no, girl, you go, I'm going to empower you. That guy's a piece of crap. We're going to devalue him. He was always a 4. He was definitely a 4. You spread your legs for a 4. That's like a very likely outcome. But there's a second likely outcome, which I think we have to focus on here. If a 10 woman is legitimately like sleeping with a 4 man, that is a raging narcissist. That woman she knows if a woman is not choosing hypergamy, she's choosing raging narcissism to control and manipulate the guy. Okay?
Yeah, and you actually agreed to that.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that at all, and that's what I was saying. Like that, some people
Why do you have friends like that?
Well, there's the next point I was going to make. I wonder.
I'm sure you guys have plenty of narcissistic friends.
No,
too.
Not really.
not at all. Men don't have the option of having narcissistic friends because our resources get drained and we have to build ourselves back up.
Because you are the narcissist.
We don't start.
How does that make sense?
We don't start on step 10. We can't get on a yacht at 19 or 20 years old. We can't do those things. We have to work our way up, and if we get financially ruined, we start right back at 0. Men don't have the value on the marketplace that women do just for existing. No, you guys are talking about like, this guy cheats on his girlfriend. It's like, look, here's a real statistic. 30% of men under 30 haven't had sex or have in the last year or have never had sex. 1/3 of men have absolutely, like 1 out of 3 guys you see, but you don't see them because you don't notice these guys, right? Because to you, they're just like background characters in a role-playing game, right? 1 out of 3 guys have not been laid in over a year. They can't get it. Do you think they're not trying? Do you think they're not interested? Do you think they're naturally removing themselves from the sexual marketplace? Here's another interesting statistic. 80% of men never get a match on Tinder, ever. 80% of men are completely shut out of Tinder because 0 women match them. All the women are competing for the top 20% of men. So you're like, oh, these guys are, the bad guys, blah, blah, blah. It's like you don't even realize these men exist. Interesting, right?
And that's all low vibrational stuff. Do you know what the answer to all of this is?
It's not tarot cards.
No, it's definitely not. It definitely
Talk into the mic.
It definitely ain't. Like, at the end of the day, work on yourself.
Correct.
It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter if you're a 4 or a 2. At the end of the day, when you work on yourself and
How many twos have you dated?
if you work on yourself, you build up your own self power, your self-confidence, work on yourself, period. And you will attract the person that's meant for you. Find your soulmate.
You will not attract the person meant for you.
Your soulmate can be wealthy and not cheat on you because he's your soulmate. People are basically putting themselves in karmic relationships with people, narcissists and people that are not meant for them. That's why you get cheated on.
I want to rebut that because I agree with you.
Do you know what it is? People are too scared to be alone. Be alone. Stay alone with yourself. Do you understand what I mean? Like,
no.
Yes. Listen, I look great, but I'm alone. I don't need to be with anyone. I've been single how many years? That's because
How many years?
Over 2.
That's good, man.
Over 2. And it's because I'm standing in my own power. I'm finding myself. I'm building up myself in life. I'm working out what life's about.
Then what are you gonna do?
And then my vibration is gonna match the right person that's meant for me.
Vibration.
Period. And that's just what it is, though.
Wrong.
And that's just what it is, though.
Wrong.
So you can have some.
That's not what it is.
No,
It's that energy.
Why aren't you these guys picking you? You're on that level. You have that vibration. Why aren't these guys picking you?
I'm single by choice. I get man everywhere I go.
Stop. I believe that. I believe that you get men everywhere you go. But you're misconstruing what it means to get a man. So I had this with Pearl yesterday. It's like you have a Lamborghini, let's say, okay? How many men can genuinely walk into a Lamborghini dealership and just drop a suitcase full of cash and buy a Lamborghini? Is it a lot or is it a little?
A little.
1%. It's not 1%. It's much higher. It's much higher than that. But anyways, very few men can actually buy a Lamborghini for cash, okay? How many men can save up for a year and rent a Lamborghini for one day for their anniversary or even for a high school graduation? How many men can save up some money and rent a car for a day? Is it a lot or a little?
A lot.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying I get men everywhere you go because you're judging yourself by the sexual attention men give you, not by the rings you're being offered. So you are putting your sexual market value or your market value based on the amount of men that would be willing, based on their interest, to put their D in you, which is a lot of men. But that's a rental. How many men are giving you a proposition to get married that you're genuinely interested in?
That's cap. Because no one comes to me and approaches me wanting to put their dick in me. Like,
so what do they want? They want to marry you? Hi, I don't know you. Please take this ring.
Hey, listen. Every guy that approaches you.
Yeah, they do.
Every guy that approaches you, whether they have good intention, like long-term intention, short-term, they all want to put their willy inside you.
Yes, but that's not how they approach me. That's not what they bring to the table.
Oh, you mean they're not just coming up to you and whipping it out? They have some words to say, and you're believing that? Come on. What do they want? So what do they want? They want to marry you?
I feel like sexual attraction. I mean, I look good. Most women look good, right?
So they want to marry you?
Of course.
They come up to you. Hi, you look good. I'd like to marry you.
Yeah, I've had that before. I'm marriage material.
That is insane.
That's not insane though, but it's not because hold on, let me speak. It's not insane though because my mentality is that I'm a wife. I'm somebody's wife. So that's why I'm 30.
No, you're not. You're literally nobody's wife.
Yeah, that's why I'm 32 with no kids because I've reserved myself
and
because I'm smart.
Statistically, if you're 35 with no kids, you'll never have kids. And by 39, you're binge drinking.
100%
Antidepressant rates in women by 39 if they're single are doubling men. And for the first time in history today, women are binge drinking more than men.
Well, guess what?
Hey, we have two girls here that help women lose weight. Why are they fat? I'll tell you why they're fat. Because they have emotional issues. Because they're living in a life of delusion.
Well, guess what? I'm not your average statistic. I'm not involved in those statistics.
You are worse.
In those statistics
you're 34
that you
and
speak
single.
of.
What makes you?
I'm 32.
Why?
I said your real age.
Yo.
But I'm not in those statistics.
Hey, listen. I know you're getting emotional, but when I say yo, you need to listen to what I'm saying. Like, because people out there say I'm disrespectful, but I'm gonna take control of my show, bro. Like, and that's it, bro. Like, yeah. So please, one at a time, please. Carry on.
I feel like this conversation's borderline shallow. Like, it shows me your intelligence, your mentality.
Talk into the mic.
It's showing me your mentality, sir, because at the end of the day, all you care about is money and status and power. But guess what?
I'm married with 4 kids.
Yeah, but what does that mean, though? Are you married to your soulmate? Is that the woman that you're so deeply in love with that you will Let me ask you a question. Yes. I'm speaking.
Go ahead.
Is that someone you're so deeply in love with that you will never look at another woman? Let me know.
I look at other women all the time because I'm a man. I've never cheated.
Well, guess what?
Am I not allowed to look? Am I blind?
So when I find my husband, I'm telling you, he ain't looking nowhere else.
Your husband is going to... First of all, let me put it this way.
How about that?
One thing you said is so brilliant.
You talk very confidently.
Yeah, because I'm confident.
But you haven't done it, though.
I've done it in previous... Yes, I have.
So the thing is...
I've done it, but I've had to let people go. Sometimes you just know this person's not for you.
So then
but it's not because of me.
Bro, like, at the end of the day, it didn't work.
Yeah, because it's not... But it wasn't me. It's never me.
But you're a part of that. Oh, yeah. Either you chose the guy or there's something that happened that made the guy do whatever he did. Did you choose the guy?
Do you know what it is with me?
Did you choose the guy?
I feel like... Can I tell you something?
Well, I'm asking you a question and you're not listening. Did you choose the guy?
He approached me.
But you chose to take his advance and let it move on further, right?
It always takes two.
Obviously, of course. I mean, that's just how it goes.
It was the tarot cards.
Hey. I'm asking her simple questions. Like, this isn't disrespectful.
Yeah, I get it. No, of course.
So you chose the guy, right?
Yes.
So then it's on you.
Based on what he portrayed in the beginning.
So you're a bad judge of character, and your tarot cards didn't work.
No, it wasn't
Didn't
that.
your tarot card tell you he was a bad character?
It wasn't even that.
Oh, was it the
wasn't
tarot cards?
that.
Was it the dominoes, the star map? What was it?
People approach you wearing a mask. They pretend to be something they're not. They pretend to be mentally somewhere they're not.
And
Not all.
Maybe not all, but
we also project what we think they are and what we want them to be. And I fall into that trap enough times to know that, it's hard. It takes some time to see who they really are.
Yeah, especially because we're women and we're more emotional. Most of the times, we're more emotionally available than men.
Especially if the guy's hot.
That helps. That could help.
It's more than
that can only take you to a certain level.
That will fuel your delusion of that guy 1,000%.
Yeah.
The guy's hot. He's tall. Oh my god, he's got a gorgeous smile. Oh my gosh, he's willy, bruv. Just the willy alone can make you believe some mad fairy tale, bruv.
But that's not it. As long as you like someone, us women, we give the benefit of the doubt because we see the positive oftentimes.
No, because you're a bad judge of character and you don't know how to protect your chastity.
Yeah.
Because of a broken relationship with your dad?
Yeah, I have to agree
Well,
with you.
that's a genuine thing to unpack, so we can go there.
Well, it's
for
there.
sure.
I want to ask something. This is actually really interesting, right? So you said something real, the girl on the left there, you said something really smart. You said it's a man's responsibility to go and build yourself, to make yourself something. 100% agree. In fact, I'm in the business of building young men to make $1 million a year. That's what I do. But I want to tell you what happens when men get there. Something changes, right? What and Richez, you know this too, man, because you used to not go to the gym, then you start going to the gym. You used to not do sports, you start doing sports. You used to not get the girl you wanted, which is probably what drove you into some kind of a hustle. And then, but then here's something that's interesting happens. Once you start to build value, it's not like you meet your soulmate. What happens is a lot of girls are instantly very interested in you.
Hell yeah.
Like, this is true, right? So, and you see this, like, if you go to the highest status, like, elite, so you go to, like, NBA players, they have the All-Star game, and the All-Star games are known for selling out hotels months in advance because groupie women actually book the hotels hoping to, quote-unquote, accidentally run into a basketball player. In fact, these guys have such a hard time turning down other women because women are so provocatively chasing them. So the higher you go as a man, what happens is you're like, I'm going to be somebody's soulmate. Let me ask you a question, right? Let's say you're a high-value man exists. Let's say he's 35, 36 years old, right? He's a high-character guy. He made money. It requires so much character for a man to make money because we can't sell our money on OnlyFans, our bodies on OnlyFans. We have to do valuable things for society, and people have to want to work with us. It takes character, perseverance, like an inordinate amount of rejection. You go through all of that, and then you're coming out of it like, finally, now I can marry that 32-year-old tarot card reader with tattoos going up and down her body, because that's what I imagine. Finally, now I can get that single mom Beyonce, because the only thing missing from my life now is that single mom. What the heck are they choosing?
Sorry, can I just stop you right there? First of all, that's not my occupation, a tarot reader. I'm actually an entrepreneur. I have online businesses, I buy and sell things. I buy and sell. I have an online business. I sell spiritual products. I sell jewelry. I have my own brand. And also I sell gift products. And I'm having my own talk show and many other things. So I have quite a lot going on, first of all. And secondly, you're only speaking about one specific type of woman. I'm not hearing you talk about any other type of woman. So it's like,
what type of woman are you talking about?
You're talking about groupies. You're talking about women that haven't got no substance, that just want a rich man to live off him. That's not what I'm talking about. But you're only mentioning those types of women, though. And there's many other calibers of women in the world.
Why do you keep moving away from the mic?
Do you know what? I'm not. Yeah. There's many other types of women in the world. Like, not everyone's the same. Not every woman is the same.
The point is that guy is not choosing a woman who's 32 years old.
What guy? Who?
The guy that's worked on himself, that's built the character, that has many, many options, groupies included, and other things as well.
But how about? But hold on. How about if a woman believes that she doesn't? There's no one that can compare to her. Like, she is strong in her. Yeah,
she's a delusional narcissist.
Well,
who is single at 32.
You sound like a delusional narcissist to me, to be honest.
Well, I'm married with four.
But you're not married to your soulmate, though. You still look at other women, though. So it's not really anything to brag about.
Hold on. Let me interject.
Why would I say otherwise?
Hold on. Guys look at other women, bro. What are you talking about?
Okay, but he's not
that
exactly.
doesn't make him a narcissist because it makes him a man. A man is going to look at good-looking women. Now,
obviously,
that's just natural. It's normal.
But you're not exactly saying, "Oh, I'm in love with. I'm married to the love of my life. I have 4 kids." You're not saying that. You're married.
I am married to the woman I love that I have 4 kids with, and I just came back with her from a beautiful trip together.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Is she your soulmate? Is she someone you're supposed to be with?
Let me answer that with this. I broke up with, I think, 6 women on one day because I decided I was going to go monogamous with her. So if there's no...
So while you was dating her, you were still speaking to other women. That shows that's enough.
I was sleeping with them
then
daily.
That is enough for me to understand that when you saw your wife, you still looked elsewhere. And then you realize then you realize that all these other women, she's got something different or whatever it was, and you took the easy route.
I took the easy... Wait, you think the easy route is giving up like 5 or 6 women to go monogamous with one? You think that's the easy route for a man?
But the thing is, once you meet your soulmate, the woman that you love and that you want to be with the rest of your life, you're not going to look elsewhere though. You would know from...
How would you know that?
You would know from...
Are you married? How would you know that?
No, but I can say like dating, you would know if you really want to be with someone. Probably on like the 3rd date, you would know that.
How would you know that? You're single.
Because let me tell you.
No. So like you're trying to tell me just in 3 dates you know somebody?
100% because I asked the right questions.
And you're single.
But you're single though.
Yeah, but I'm single by choice.
No, you're single.
I'm single by choice though.
So how did your last relationship end? Why did it end?
I left him.
Why? Because
he was too on the feminine side for me. He wasn't man enough for me.
Shouldn't you have known that by the 3rd date?
No, but the thing is, he kind of showed his true colours after a while. It was kind of a thing where he wore a mask.
You didn't know him on the 3rd date, did you?
I thought I knew him, yeah.
So you was wrong. So your whole, everything you just said is wrong because it don't even work in your life.
Not really.
What the hell is going on here?
Guys, can we just circle back?
This is jokes.
No, it's fine.
Can I say something quickly? Because I feel like it needs to be touched on for those of us who are like, on the alphabet spectrum. Like, I think it's also like the conversation how it is now. Like, I agree and disagree with a lot of the points that have been made, but I think we also need to understand that like what we're discussing currently is only really applicable to people whose ideas of success and romantic success and career success or whatever that case may be is to have like the monogamous fairy tale of like the wife or the husband and the kids like a lot of people don't aspire to marriage. A lot of people don't aspire to reproduce. I for one don't want to have kids. I've fully opted out of motherhood, and it's not because I'm jaded or have like unresolved daddy issues. Like it's just not in the cards for me. It's not something that I've ever wanted.
How old are you?
Sorry?
How old are you?
I'm 29 turning 30.
All right, cool. Do you know one thing, yeah? All right, let me ask you this, yeah? Like, do you think, like, obviously you don't know because you can't look in the future, right? But do you think there might be a time where you are in older years, like maybe let's say 50 plus, and you might think, like, I ain't had no kids, like, I wonder, like, how my life would have been if I had children. Do you think that is a possibility?
It's hard to say. Like in relationships I've been in the past.
Do you think it's a possibility?
Oh, I think everything's a possibility.
Okay. So like when you're in this time of life where you have the options, it's very easy to say, no, I don't want that because you have the option. But there's going to come a time where you don't have no option anymore. Don't you think that's something to think about?
Well, it is, but at the same time, it's like it's not something I just kind of like woke up and decided. It's something that has been very like central to my beliefs for a while.
Have you ever had the time where you thought, I'd like to have a child with this guy?
No, I've been in relationships that I've seen longevity in, and that's been a factor. But for me, like I've never aspired to motherhood, so it's a very unpopular opinion, especially from within African cultures, and it's something that I've had to like really fight for. But it's just not something that I ever have aspired to do, and I love to be around kids, and like I think for me, if at a later stage like I ever felt like I was missing out, there's always the options of adoption, because it's not like I hate kids, but it's just I don't aspire to have my own family. Like that's not my idea of like what a successful life.
At the end of the day,
like.
if you in yourself you don't have that maternal thing inside you,
exactly.
You don't want that, then live your movie. I'm just saying it's possible that you might get to an age where you're like, oh damn, I messed up, I wish I had a kid. That's what I'm saying.
And I think if I get to that age, that like I said, like the option of adoption,
like your own child, your own flesh and blood.
I think that's the part where like but like I said, anything's a possibility, but I feel like it's very unlikely. Like I don't have this kind of narcissistic need to have my progeny out there and like,
it's not narcissistic to have your own children.
It's not narcissistic, but I'm just saying that's one of the, like, for people who say, some people just love the idea of being a mum or love kids. I'm saying that I don't fall within that bracket of women. So my only other reason to reproduce would be to have something to carry on my line.
Can you adopt children as a single person?
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Is it?
I can imagine it's different. But it also depends where you are. Like the laws and restrictions.
I can tell
in this country?
From country to country.
What's the laws and restrictions in this country?
I haven't looked into it, to be honest, because like I said, family is not something that I
can tell you that your mindset can change. I'm going to be 34 next week. With 30, I was super sure I don't want kids. I'm okay. I want my company. I want my business. I want my money. I want trouble. More than to 34, more stress I am that I'm single. More stress I am that if I want to have kids, I only have until 34, 38 to have kids. But I don't have my partner now. I want to be with my partner at least for like a couple of years before I even think about have kids, because you don't know the other person until couple of years. I'm sorry, I disagree with you. In 3 dates, you don't meet.
And that's why you end up being a single baby mom. That's why the statistics so high for single baby moms with no job, with nothing going on with their life, and they're sad and depressed. Who wants to be like that?
Sorry.
I'm not talking about her, but I'm saying about having kids.
I am single.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah, but I am saying that I make good salary.
Hold on, let her finish, man.
And do a good money. I could have kids if I want. I don't want to be a single mom, but I'm saying that the mindset from when I was 30 and now I'm going to turn 34 has completely changed. Well, I was on, I don't want kids. I want my company. I want travel. I don't want that responsibility to, maybe I want it. And maybe I don't have even the possibility because I don't want to be single mom. I have single mom and I don't want a kid that has no that. Because that brings issues. So that's changed a lot in maybe when I'm 36, it's going to be different again.
But when you were like say in your 30s, did you find that you kind of were naturally maternal? Because I think the difference with me is like I just don't even like to be around children. Like I'm the kind of person I book adult only holidays.
There it is. There it is. She literally contradicted. That's the narcissist right there. I was waiting for her to contradict herself. She was value projecting earlier. I like being around kids. I love kids now. I don't even like being around kids. The lack of a maternal instinct in this case.
I didn't get to elaborate. The point I was trying to make was that I don't mind being like around kids. Like let's say I have a baby sister, for example. So what I mean is like family. I can be around those kids. I don't like to be around strangers' kids. I don't like to be just in the vicinity of kids.
So how are you
going to
adopt if you don't like strangers' kids? That don't even make sense.
Well, because by that point, what do you wouldn't mean? Consider them strangers. Like you're adopting them into your home.
Listen. You say one thing, then you say the absolute opposite. First you said you don't like kids. Then first you said you do like kids. Then you said you don't like kids.
No, I said I don't like to be around
Stop interrupting.
Children.
I'm talking. First you said you like kids. Then you said you don't like kids. Then when they caught you out on that one, you was like, I got a baby sister, so I like the kids in my family. And then I'm telling you, and then you said you don't like other people's kids. So if you want to adopt, how is that going to work? Because you don't like other people's kids.
No, because assumedly the mindset is different. When you're adopting, that's going to be like your own child.
Magically you're going to like other people's kids, magically.
Well, because it's not other people's kids. Like you're taking in a child.
You didn't push the child out into the world. It is somebody else's child.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not sentimental about that whole biological baby making process. So for me, it doesn't matter if I pushed it out or if it's a child that originally belonged to someone.
She sounds narcissistic.
I don't sound confused. I just like didn't elaborate earlier, and you guys are now nitpicking because
it's not nitpicking. If you say something, we're going to listen to you.
Yeah, so but then active listening is also important.
Listen. If you say something, we're going to listen to you. If you say the exact polar opposite, we're going to be like, huh?
But it's not the exact polar opposite. It was just I said I don't like to be around kids in general. So you can like being around kids in certain circumstances. I don't consider that a contradiction.
All right, cool. You can consider what you like, but I think most of us in here are thinking, right, you said you like kids and you said you don't like kids. And then you said you don't then you like kids in your family. And then you said, well, nobody came to your aid.
Is not a majority, but okay.
You what?
Yeah.
You and Dimitri is not a majority by my basic mathematical count.
She was agreeing.
My friends who are in their late 30s who either didn't get married or, they're desperate to get pregnant. And they're doing it alone or they're desperately finding a guy. And I even have friends my age, like well beyond childbearing age, who are just still like trying desperately. So I've seen it happen with all of my friends who didn't have kids in their early 30s.
Something changed on you. I used to have your mindset fully. And I have 2 cats because I say, I don't want kids. I have my 2 cats, I have plants. But now something is growing on me. I'm like, oh, look at this child. He's so cute. Oh, how will be one child of mine?
Your girls are so right. Your girls are so right because I'm 40. So I have, people on my Facebook from high school that are 40. But it won't apply to this lady here at all. And the reason it won't apply to her is because she is a raging narcissist. And everything she's saying, she's contradicted herself 4 times consecutively, trying to gaslight Richez, saying that, well, you said now it's you're the nitpicking, you're the one not listening. It's like, no, the problem is you just don't want to learn. You don't want to open your mind because you want to be right. You are right.
No.
You will not get the maternal instinct. Sorry,
Disagree.
Penelope wanted to. Of course you do, because you're a narcissist.
No, you're a narcissist.
Oh, okay.
Actually, and I said it first.
Wasn't it your friend?
Like
you said it first. Guys, she wins. She wins.
Yeah, listen,
you said it first.
Let's not do the back and forth name calling playground thing, all right? But
So-
what was you?
No, she's right.
My
She
understanding
said it
of,
first.
first of all, if you believe in God, higher powers, I don't know, but men and women were created for a reason, right? And so I think men and women were created so that they could procreate. I think that's why we have men and women on the earth. And I think having children is something so beautiful and so amazing that women can have children. I mean, what a blessing. What a powerful thing. I mean, men cannot create human beings. And so I think it's really, really important to not let social media and news and social standards and all these people shove all these ideologies of, oh, you shouldn't get pregnant. You don't have to have kids. You can be this boss babe for the rest of your life, because that agenda was pushed on me. I was 300 pounds and they pushed that agenda on me all the time. It was always like, oh, you don't have to have kids. You don't have to do that. You can just be 300 pounds fat for the rest of your life. You're beautiful the way you are. Don't worry about it, girl. Like, you're good. Like, it's fine. And it's not fine.
Your psychiatrist enforced it. Your medical doctor enforced it. They were like, oh, don't talk about it. That's going to make the problem worse. You know, that was like the elephant in the room. It was kind of shocking. I'm like, what do you mean? I have to talk about it.
Exactly.
It's scary when you think about it, how, like, you're saying the medical doctor was pushing that, like, yeah, don't just stay the way. Nah. That's scary. But hey, we got to move on. Please, hey, everyone watching, we're creeping up to 1,000 people watching right now. So please, each and every one of you hit the like button. I reckon we could get 2,000 people watching on this video. This is very interesting. We've got a little video that we want to react to as a group, yeah? And I want to get you lots of opinions about this video because it has been trending. It's been trending, but the unfortunate thing is they only chose to clip one tiny segment of this video and then make it out that I was some horrible guy to this guest. So we're going to react to it right now. Let's put it on the screen, bro. Yeah. Can you make it smaller? Like, I don't want to cover their faces, like, cover them up too much. So, yeah, guys, everyone hit the like button. Bring it down a bit. Yeah. All right, we're going to react to this, and I want to get you lots of reaction. All right, let's go. Let's run it. You delete socials or material on your socials for a guy? A committed guy?
It just depends. It kind of depends. It depends if...
Talking to the mic.
Sorry, guys. It depends if... There's a lot of factors like religion, this, that, like, do you get what I'm saying?
Would you delete it, bruv?
Me personally, as I said, I do music. If you can't accept me who I am, you see, like even Jesus said, come as you are.
Would you
Lord have his mercy.
No, bro.
Lord have his mercy.
Yo. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm the wrong person.
Listen.
Tell you the truth.
Listen.
Me?
Listen. Hey.
Lord, you should have never put my podcast. I'm telling you the truth.
Now, seriously.
If it's me...
Stop talking. Listen. I'm trying to moderate a show. I'm the host. The first rule was don't interrupt the host. And when I was talking to you, you kept interrupting and kept talking, and you're doing it now. Like, is it like what are you trying to do, bro? Pause it there,
sweetheart.
You're not sorry.
I am, because if I say sorry, I'm sorry.
What do you think about the dialogue so far in that video? What do you think about it?
I'll be honest. I think that she should have just answered you directly, because in trying to long out a question like that, it's gonna it could make you look a bit stupid. I think you should just answer it directly.
What do the rest of you think about the dialogue so far? Do you think like that was, she was acting great guest, or was I being a horrible host? Like, what do you lot think?
I think it was disrespectful. Yeah, the way she was speaking to you.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because of her body language, the way she was talking to you, ignoring you. That's not okay.
Okay. What do you lot think?
I don't think she was. I don't think that she was ignoring or any of that. I just think that she was being expressive in how she was, talking. She was taking a while just to kind of get her thoughts together. I don't think she was purposefully like trying to long out the question or not answer directly. I genuinely feel like she was just, thinking. But obviously the over talking, it can get annoying. But as I said from the start, I think it's about delivery on both sides. I don't think it's just one-sided. I think it's both sides.
What about my delivery when I was talking to her? How do you take that?
Personally, if you were to go to me, stop talking, I wouldn't receive that well. I would rather you start off as, oh, please, can you just like stop talking for a bit, or like just let me talk in like a more calmer tone, and then if the person continuously does it, then I can understand.
Did she continue to like keep talking while I was talking?
Yeah, but not in the way that I think you're trying to make it come across. I think
no, I'm not trying to make it come across. It's right on the screen. I don't have to make it anything.
I personally think maybe she just was not used to the podcast environment. She doesn't understand how the mic works, the noises, and so she's just trying to have a conversation where most humans normally do kind of like interrupt or when they want to say something passionately, right?
Yeah.
But it just came across, it was both sides misunderstanding.
Yeah.
But like I was asking a straight question.
Yeah.
And what was she saying? Do you remember what she was saying?
She wasn't really saying much, to be honest.
She wasn't really saying much. So what was she saying?
I'll be honest, women are very emotional.
You see? This is why we're doing this reaction. Because a lot of people are talking crap and they only saw 10-second segment, bruv, that she posted on her TikTok. Now, all of these angry trolls coming after me, but there's always context and there's always cause for effect. And there's always a story behind it. So obviously someone like this can cut a little segment and then paint a narrative. And a lot of people are always ready to jump on the back and attack men. That's the reality. But... what was someone? Go on.
I think we have to make a distinction. We are on a podcast, so in terms of sound and stuff, I understand that. And even her opinion, she didn't get to the point, and she was being disruptive. We understand that. But she was also trying to have a normal conversation with you, and sometimes we get really confused with this because she didn't do anything wrong in a normal real life sense. She was just being herself, a bit expressive. Maybe that's just her personality. And you were showing a lack of patience and tolerance. But on one hand, for the you.
How do you make that out?
I think if, for example, the way that you might come across on a podcast.
Let's pull it back because we're not just going to do this in the air.
Can I at least finish?
Yeah, of course you can.
That would be nice. So what I was saying is when we are on a podcast, we have to kind of follow suit. It's your show. It's how you want it to come across. But in a real life situation, and you were responding in that manner, we would consider you quite rude. And the public kind of are quite, I understand, but the public are watching it, right? So they can't sometimes make a distinction.
Even if the public are watching, it's still a podcast, right?
Yeah, understandable.
So then the podcast has rules, just as like.
But you should also understand the complexity of what we're saying.
Let you finish. It'll be nice to let me finish. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So before this show started, they told you the rules, didn't they? Mm-hmm. And you've been abiding by the rules. There hasn't been no problem. Was she abiding by the rules on a podcast? Because you even just said it. On a podcast, you would have etiquette. You would understand that it's not just about me monopolizing the whole situation, especially if I'm not answering the question. Wouldn't that be kind of like a waste of time at that point? And we have an allocated time. We can't be here all night. People have lives. So at the end of the day, like, we can pull it back, and I want to see the part. Pull it back, bro. I want to see the part where I was so rude up to that point. I want to see this. Like, when you lot see the part...
Just to be clear, you weren't rude. I didn't say you were rude.
If anyone thinks, or if you in the corner think I was being rude or my tone was bad, I want to hear exactly where, bro. Let's go. Eat it, bro.
Me personally, as I said, I do music. If you can't accept me who I am, you see, like even Jesus said, come as you are.
Would you
Lord have his mercy.
No, bro.
Lord have his mercy.
Yo. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm the wrong person.
Listen.
Tell you the truth.
Listen.
Me?
Listen.
Lord, you should have never put my back. I'm telling you the truth.
Now, seriously,
if it's me,
stop talking. Listen, I'm trying to moderate a show. I'm the host. The first rule was don't interrupt the host. And when I was talking to you, And when I was talking to you, you kept interrupting and you kept talking, and you're doing it now. Like, pause it.
I feel like,
at what point was I being rude?
So I feel like when she was like, "Did I?" and she's not like actually just listening and just being respectful. I felt like that's where kind of, you know.
So
it definitely went
like it's not.
Was I rude at any point?
No.
Oh, I wasn't rude. Oh, why do you think so many people are telling me you was disrespecting and you violated her? Why do you think so many people are saying that?
Because I think later on in this clip, I don't know if this is the same clip that I saw, but I saw later on. Did you ask her to leave? Yeah. So I think I only saw that part. I didn't see none of this.
Oh, so when you saw a select clip that they deliberately cut a certain type of way. Let's carry on. I love this. This is awesome.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry.
I am. Because if I say sorry, I'm sorry.
Then stop, like, from this point forward, please don't do it, like, because it's annoying. And the show's not just about you. There's more people here, and there's loads of people watching. So please, I'm asking you nicely. I'm not
Viewers, I'm so sorry.
Bruh, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys.
Like, what's this about? Like, I don't know what you do out there, but, like, come on, man, just be professional, just be normal, innit?
Okay, sorry.
Pause it.
Sorry.
Have I been rude?
No.
Go on in the corner. You see to have objection. I'd like to see because you didn't.
I do have an objection.
Where was I rude?
Okay, you see when she was like, "Okay, I'm sorry," and then you're like, "Bruh," like da. I don't think that in that moment, at that part, that she was deliberately trying to talk over you again.
She wasn't deliberate. No, she was just doing it.
No, I think at that point she was literally trying to say sorry, and then you tried to talk at the same time, and then it just got caught up.
Misunderstanding.
No. Listen. How can I try to talk when I'm already talking? I can't try to talk if I'm already doing it.
But also remember,
I want to hear her explain. Anyway, how does that make sense?
Basically, both of you lot clashed at the same time at that point. So it could have come across like she was deliberately trying to talk over you again after you told her to stop. But I don't think that she was.
It could? I told her to stop talking. How can you're talking about stuff that it could be? I'm talking about what it is.
All right,
understand the difference?
Can you run back the clip just before that part where she says that I'm sorry?
Absolutely, we'll run it back. This is a joke. You just want to be on her side. It's calm. Please, I'm asking. You just want to be on her side.
No, I'm being impartial.
Okay, so you haven't said in any point that she was being annoying and she was just being disruptive.
I don't think
you haven't said that at one point.
Because I don't think that she was being annoying.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I say something? Remember, people. This is a podcast where it's like reality TV. People are being themselves. So
exactly.
What she feels she's doing might not be deliberately disrespectful, but because you don't know her, it's coming across that way.
But if you're
it's a miscommunication.
Rules, okay, cool. But if you're giving the rules and the first one, don't interrupt the host when he's talking, and you continue to do that, then you're breaking the rules of what we're doing here, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like when you go to work and they say get here by 8:55, you pretty much know be there at 8:55 or you might lose your job. It's the same principle. You understand that there. When you have children and you know that the school ends at 3:30 p.m., you know the kids come out at 3:30 p.m. I need to be there to pick up my child. Why would don't interrupt the host on a podcast where you're not in your house? You'd never met these people before. They're strangers. Why would you just come there and start doing whatever and the guys expressively told you, please do not do that?
It seems like
how can you tell me that is reasonable?
But also, we have to remember that she was in that moment when she was interrupting you. She was apologizing, so it was
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know in a sense. But remember, like I said, people that are not used to the podcast setting, so they don't. So, but do you know what I mean? Like the professionalism around it.
I'm sure she's got a job though.
It feels like a power struggle. It feels like there's some confusion in the masculine energy, and this is his show at the end of the day. And I thought you were very politely declaring the rules of your show and how you want your show to go. You're responsible for it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But it was a miscommunication.
I feel like as well, because women are very emotional, and that was a very triggering question as well. And in a conversation like this, what was it? I can't
Something
remember.
about
if you don't know what the question is. Do you see how they just let them talk? That's why I'm not going to argue with them anymore. I'm just going to ask them normal questions. I'm just going to leave them to it. I'm not even going to argue their answers anymore.
Listen.
What was the question? What? How can you say a question's triggering?
Would you delete social media?
Did you phone a friend?
I didn't, but Listen, I was thinking about what I was going to say. That's why I couldn't remember, and I'm very focused at that.
That's good.
But what I was going to say with that, with what you'd said, is I remembered how I felt. I didn't remember the question. And a lot of times women, in arguments especially, like women remember how they feel, but they might not necessarily remember exactly what you said to trigger them or what you did to trigger them. And so for women, in what I'm saying the situation is, because they're very emotional, that question can be very triggering. And in this conversation, it's really hard to be professional because you don't know your boundaries with the other person, because you think that it's just a conversation. You want to be yourself in this podcast.
But she wasn't triggered though. She didn't come across triggered.
I think it was a tricky question, to be honest, because it's not black and white.
It don't matter if it's tricky.
But you wanted a black and white answer.
No. It's not about the answer. It's about how she was behaving when I was asking her to abide by the rules of the show. That's what we're talking about. You lot are trying to make it's a tricky question, and she was emotional. She wasn't emotional. She was laughing and joking. She's like, Lord God.
Do you know what? I agree.
That, bro, are you trying to tell me she was so effed off?
No,
she wasn't.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
That is a reach.
No, I agree with you. She was continuing to talk in a serious situation where this is a professional environment. I agree that she was in the wrong for sure. I agree.
My take on it was...
If it was me, I would have just been quiet. And then that was
If it was me, I would have been quiet.
Yeah, like, because it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a personal thing. It's business.
Imagine me going on, I don't know, Joe Rogan's podcast, and Joe Rogan's like, bruh, like, hold on. And I'm just like, oh, Lord God.
You're doing too much.
Me on a podcast. Bro, like...
Yeah, no.
You're doing too much.
Like, get out, bro.
The general consensus here is that we actually agree with you. Like, we don't think...
I don't say I do. I don't say I don't.
Can I say something?
I'm not gonna lie.
We're just justifying.
No, let someone else speak. Go on.
Okay, can I say something? Because I feel like there's always this argument of like, oh, girls act out of their emotions. Like, their emotions. Okay, yes, girls have emotions, right? But like, we cannot like let that be our victim mentality and be like, oh, because we have emotions, we can treat other people badly. Like, when did that become a thing? Like,
period.
No, it like seriously, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're emotional, it doesn't matter if you're like angry, sad. Like, you should never take yourself out on other people because they don't deserve it.
You leave that at home, right?
And it's not your fault. It's not not other people's problems what you're going through ever. Like, it doesn't matter. Woman, man, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You should never treat anyone disrespectfully.
Exactly.
Ever.
My take on it is like, I think it's like two things that were happening here. I think one was like, in terms of her not answering the question directly, I think that's something that we can all understand, because I think even all of us at some point during this podcast, like, the questions feel more complex than the kind of black and white answers that you sometimes want us to give. So I think it's a natural human instinct to want to elaborate. So I don't really fault her for that. I think definitely what was at play was, I agree with Sis, it was definitely like a power dynamic thing, because I think the fact that you asserted the fact that this is your podcast, like, look, be quiet when I say, I think probably that triggered her in some way. I don't think it was an emotional reaction in the sense that she was triggered by the subject matter. I think she was more just triggered in a sense of like, you're not finna tell me to shut up.
And she was
it felt very petty.
But then it's a thing. But then it's a thing.
Yes,
but then
that's what it is.
I agree with that.
I need to get the last word.
But then it's a thing where if you let your ego override business, you're not going to get anywhere, are you? Like,
yeah. So that's why I don't think she was being like
bad mind
deliberately like. I think she was being disruptive intentionally just to kind of be a bit cheeky, but I don't think it was in a sense of like wanting to interrupt. I think it was more just wanting to have the last word.
But this is the thing. This is the thing, yeah. If you notice, I wasn't like aggressive to it. I was like, please. I was like, please, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, stop. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, I can't take. Bro, I was talking to her normal, like, do you get what I'm saying? I could see that it wasn't like a mad situation, but she was just ignoring. It was a factor. She was ignoring me at that point.
Yeah.
She was in her own world, and we can't do it. There's more people than just you here. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's. Let's just carry on with the clip.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry.
I am. Because if I say sorry, I'm sorry.
Then stop. Like, from this point forward, please don't do it. Like, because it's annoying, and the show's not just about you. There's more people here, and there's loads of people watching. So please, I'm asking you nicely. I'm not.
Viewers, I'm so sorry.
Bruh, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
guys.
Like, what's this about? Like, I don't know what you do out there, but like, come on, man, just be professional, just be normal, innit?
Okay, sorry.
Jeez, man.
Sorry, guys, I'm so sorry.
All right, stop talking then, please. Please, if I have to ask you again, I'm going to say you have to leave or something, blood, because you're just doing the most.
I don't think.
Am I doing the most, girls?
It's not up to them. It's up to me because it's my show. It's my name on there.
Totally understand, sweetheart.
Because if you had your show, I would show you the same respect. I promise you.
That's why I'm saying sorry.
I promise you. I'd listen. Stop over. When I'm talking, please don't talk. Please, I'm asking you. This is the last time I'm going to ask you. Please pause it up there. Pause it. If you had your own show, have I been rude to her?
No.
You've been honest.
You've been real. It's reality. This is what it is.
I think at this point, it was just what I was saying earlier. It's really like everyone's trying to get the last word. You're trying to get the last word because obviously it's your show and you need to rein it in. But then she's also not really letting you have that because she kind of wants to be a bit like petty.
That's mad petty.
And that was mad petty.
Mad petty.
It got worse.
It's not even
I
that
was
deep.
kind of on sister's side at the beginning because I was like,
yes, everyone was on social media.
Because
everybody, yes, CZ Mills, Lippy, all of you, everybody was on this person's side because they never watched the whole video.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just the ad lib like energy at the end. It was like,
girls,
like,
girls.
It was too much. Even like addressing the viewers,
like
it felt very like sarcastic.
Yeah.
Exactly. It felt very like disingenuous. Like I'm not really trying to apologize. I'm just trying to like.
It seems like you don't care. Like
the
in a
fact
way.
that
There's no respect there.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, please, sir, can I have some more? Let's go. I would show you the same respect. I wouldn't be talking over you. I wouldn't do it. I promise you. I've been on podcasts. All right, cool. So let's move to the next one. What would you do? Wow. Why'd you say, Brad? Nah, man. You gotta go, fam. Yeah, you have to go, fam.
I didn't even say anything.
Nah, but why did you say wow? You have to go. Seriously.
Okay, that's fine.
Pause.
8.
So at that point, what is you lot's opinions?
She was doing way too much.
At that point,
Let me hear what she's got.
No.
Yeah, go on.
I told you I'm being impartial. I said at one point, I don't think that she was being like disrespectful. I thought that she was being expressive and whatever. But then towards the end now, after you guys have gotten over that, as she said, like power dynamic and pettiness, whatever, then she started to now be petty and be sarcastic. And then even with like the wow comment, I would have felt a type of way about that as well. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there is two sides to the story, and then there's the truth in it. So that's what I'm saying. So towards the end,
Hey, listen.
well done.
I give you respect for that. I know you didn't want to say that, but you said it.
No, I thought I didn't want to say it. I told
What's
you.
your DJ name?
Versatile.
Let's go, Versatile. Let's go.
But what I'm saying is, like, obviously towards the end now, you can see that it's getting petty. Like,
It gets worse.
That's something that I would do. Like, I'm petty as well. Like, if I feel like someone's trying to do the
wow
petty,
was not needed.
No, hold on. Like do the petty war with me. I'm Queen Patricia, brother. I'll be more petty with you. Understand?
No, but if we be real, he wasn't really being disrespectful. Like on a level, like he wasn't. He was just stating the rules. Like it's his podcast. Like it just is what it is.
No, I get
People
that.
are probably getting paid to be here. You got work. Do you know what I mean? Like this is time.
I get that.
This all cost, you know.
This is what I'm saying. It's time.
Cost money.
Right.
No,
so
I get that.
If you're not in that business, man, you're gonna be petty.
No, I get that. But I think, as I said, that there's a lot of factors that played into it. But obviously, towards the end, yes, I can say, yeah, she was being petty. She started to be disrespectful. Even when you went on to the next girl, and then she started speaking, and she was like, wow. In the background. I was like, oh, okay, you didn't have to do that. Right. And then, so then I understand you now asking her to leave because it's like, are you going to keep doing that now?
Because at the end of the day, if I've moved on and you're still here and I've moved on and I haven't said nothing wild to her, and she still has to say something, that means she's going to do it for the whole show. Yeah. That's not going to end there.
Yeah, so I understand it now from then.
Now.
Yeah, exactly. So I understand it now from then.
When you first saw the clip, what was your opinion? When you first saw the clip, be real. What was your opinion?
Okay, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to be totally honest here. Today, earlier on today, before even coming here, I didn't even know I was coming here, you know. I'm on my mum's lap, I didn't even know I was coming to this podcast. But I saw the video today, like this morning. I'm not gonna lie, from the clip that I saw, I commented and I was like, right, like the other girl just stayed quiet while she was kind of getting drilled by you. But obviously now, I've never heard of your podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never heard of it. I only saw that pic that was on one blog page or whatever, and from that clip I was like, oh right, like he's doing a bit too much, and like the other girls are just staying quiet. But obviously now that I've seen the context of it, and I've seen the whole thing, now I can have an impartial view and I can say, yes, I know this was wrong. You were wrong. She was wrong.
Was I violating her though? Did I violate her?
No, I don't think you were violating her.
Did I disrespect her?
I don't think it was disrespect, but I think there was pettiness on both sides at one point.
What did I say that was petty?
No, at one point. At one point.
So what point?
Where you guys were having the power dynamic situation.
How can we shouldn't be having a power dynamic.
I know, but what I'm saying is...
So how can I be petty in a situation where I am in authority? Why should I have a power dynamic?
Okay, 1 second. So maybe petty isn't the right word, but in that situation where there was, quote unquote, the power dynamic going on where she was trying to talk and you were trying to talk and whatever, that's why I think there was some miscommunication and there was,
you're trying to
basically, no. Basically, she felt like he belittled her, which is what it looked like when I watched the clip last night. I even felt like that. I had to hold some crystals, like shit, like this is negative.
Crystals, let's go.
It comes across like he's belittling her because this is his show. He's the big guy. He's the star of the show. You get it? But then it's like when you watch the whole clip, you can understand why he got to that point because she kept on going to the point where she said, "Wow," when they had moved on, and it was like, "Nah, you're doing too much now. You need to leave. Like you're not being respectful."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I don't think it shouldn't be a power battle because this is not your show. You don't run this shit.
I think also the issue is like professionalism in general. I think it's like a massive, like wider issue in the creative field. Because I think if you're in a corporate job, like let's say you walk into like a boardroom or you have a meeting and your boss is there or like your superiors are there, like you automatically are in an environment where you know exactly like how to act. If there are house rules, you abide. But I don't know what it is about the creative industry. It's like, I guess because the settings are sometimes informal, like you could be in a living room, there might be drinks at play, people might treat you a lot more friendly and not kind of assert that like hierarchy that you would have in like a corporate structure kind of job. So I think also that's where people get a bit carried away because I think she wasn't understanding like her role in terms of like professionalism in that set because she was probably not looking at this experience like this is a job, like this is your career,
you don't need to look at it like a job. Because if you went to your friend's house and they said, can you take your shoes off before you walk around in the house, you'd probably do it. You wouldn't just start, you know what, this is cash. I'm going to start walking around and trampling all over people's settees. You're not going to do that. So that excuse is going out the window and far, far away.
It's not an excuse that I think should be one, but I think that can be the mentality for some people is that they maybe don't apply the same severity of professionalism to something that they consider like a more informal setting.
At the end of the day, she was around strangers. If I'm around strangers, I'm on my P's and Q's. Maybe that's just something she didn't understand. But at the end of the day, I think we can all see that I wasn't violating her. I wasn't disrespecting her. I was in charge of what I'm meant to be in charge of. This is what I'm meant to be doing. I can't just have a show and let people run riot and do whatever they want to do. It would be chaos. And if everyone would be talking, having their own conversations, doing selfies, doing whatever, getting up, smoking, doing whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? And I honestly believe that a lot of individuals do not like to listen to men in authority. That's what I believe in our society, especially someone that looks like me. And I'm just going to be real. That's why I honestly believe that. That's why there's so many certain people that have such a disdain for me and they're coming for me so hard because they don't like to see someone like me in a position of power. They don't like it. They don't think I should be doing it.
And they don't want to hear the truth. You have a lot of truth to say. They don't want to hear the truth because they know it's true and they're afraid to say it. So they're like waiting for someone else to say it. When you say it, they're mad.
I just think it's weird. But carry on playing the thing, bro. So it just got awkward in the room, innit? Put the camera on them lot.
Sorry, sweetheart.
Let's have a private conversation. Yep. Flipping neck, bro. Bro, just trying to run a normal show, bro. Like, please, like, asking, like, simple instructions. Please don't talk over me. Please don't ad-lib. She kept doing it. She had to go, fam. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I was rude to her at all, to be honest. Like, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone hit the like button anyway. Please hit the like button. Anyway, that's enough of that. Creeping up to 500
See, I can
people
even tell in your
watching right now.
energy that you didn't even like that situation happening.
Yeah,
I can
didn't
tell
want it to
exactly. I
happen.
can tell. So it wasn't even a thing where you was trying to belittle anyone or be disrespectful. Like you was just genuinely trying to keep the show running.
I just don't. I don't understand like what the problem was, but. Like about the way that, because the thing is that lady there, she's going on TikTok and she's gonna cut it a certain way, and then she put some labels on it. Oh, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, bro, like, what do you mean? Like, anybody that watches the whole video is gonna see what happened. I don't even have to like come and make some TikTok. Oh, it's not like that. It's not like that. I'll just be like, watch the whole video. And if you still believe I was being violating and disrespectful, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Do you know what I mean? So. I mean, has anyone got any thought?
Well, don't you think that women don't actually like being, like, a lot of women in today's society that have been like brainwashed and totally lied to by social media don't like to listen to men in power.
Yeah, absolutely.
They hate it. So, like, of course she's going to react that way because she doesn't want to listen to you because you're a man and you're an authority, and women don't like listening to men anymore. Yeah, because everyone's a boss bee now. Which is not, that's not how
Thanks,
the world was
Cardi.
created.
Thanks, Cardi. All boss bees now. Yes.
But that's actually harming society and harming families. 100%. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
Why the rest of the ladies in the room, they were saying anything? They were all quiet.
I don't know.
In the clip.
Silence.
Why do you think they were quiet?
And I definitely think she was doing the most. She whispered to another girl, but you just met today.
Put the mic near you.
Oh, sorry. And I think she was doing the most for all. Like, you was just like trying to outshine.
Yeah.
48 powers of law, never outshine the master. You was trying to do that. And then you whispered to someone else on the way out, like, who? Do you know this girl? You just met her today. Like, what are you saying to her?
I think
do you
he
know
manages well. I will get 10 times more upset. He controlled his emotions.
He did, yeah, 100%.
And he was very respectful. But I can't believe that the rest were like quiet as well.
But you know, social media is going to play it in a way where it's like clickbait. They want to see, obviously, he's playing up, he's doing all this and disrespecting someone. In their eyes, a clip.
Because it's easy to go at a guy. It's easy to make a guy be the villain. It's very easy.
As well, absolutely, yeah.
Women do it every day. They make men the villain every day.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You're just quiet. What do you think?
What do I think? I think definitely when we are on your platform, we should be respectful as much as possible. I do think that there was a miscommunication between you guys, but, you know, I care more about interpersonal skills. I think she was asked a very difficult question for her. And because you were kind of in her, you know, interrupting her a little bit, I think she didn't know how to contain herself, and then it kind of went downhill. And you were saying something earlier that women don't respect men in authority. I don't know. The majority of the women that were on the podcast, even in that situation, remained as quiet as possible. We are mostly women panel. We're trying to be as respectful as possible. So I think that there's a flaw in that logic there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you go on Twitter right now, you'll see that King Rich's podcast is trending. And that video, there's actually, we're going to post the other video that ZZ Mills posted on her Twitter. Mm-hmm. And that was trending a lot. And a lot of people had a lot of things to say. And it was pretty much a carbon copy of that.
Yeah.
And King Richez is a bad person. He's a bad person. Well, he's disrespectful and he's violating. I'm violating because of my own show that I want to be in control of. Like, if I was to go on your podcast, I'll give you the respect. And I said it to her. But anyway, bro, let's find the other clip, man. The other kick out, bro.
Wait, but I want to touch on that again because she said there's like a flaw in the ideology, and I didn't want to go this low, but like there were people in the lobby today that were talking about this video that you made, and they were talking about the video that went viral
on construction
that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
they were talking about how like, oh, we thought we were going to be on parole. Without this, or we don't know about Richie, we don't know about this because of that one video.
Yeah, but remember, it wasn't the full video.
No, that wasn't the conversation, darling.
We only saw a clip, and that wasn't. This is not what we saw on social media.
He's saying that one clip makes people think something. But
Absolutely.
You guys don't know anything about who he really is or what he really represents, or all of the other podcasts he's done and all of the insights he's given, because that's just one clip and makes you already have this like preconception about a person you've never even met. So that's why that's kind of my argument.
So like in essence, is that a smart way to like judge people? You judge people based on a deliberately cut clip?
Absolutely
like,
not.
No.
Out of a 3-hour video, you're gonna look at 10 to 20 seconds and then judge someone, because that's what all these people on Twitter, even people that are known
Everyone wants
people that are known, that they're even in this industry and they know what it's like, and they know that people get portrayed in a bad light, and it's, you know, these journalists, they cut things and try to make people look bad. Even those people did the same thing. Isn't that a bit wild?
This is what happens with social media. They want to always paint the bad guy. They want to always create a buzz around a situation.
All right, let's play the second one, man, quickly. Let's get some context.
Construction
going.
sites.
Hold on, pull it back to the
but
beginning.
On construction sites.
Well, it doesn't matter, but there's other jobs.
It does matter because there's not really no women on construction sites.
There's other jobs that they may do that that may affect their hands.
Like what?
Being a health HCA, a health care support worker, that has a lot to do with your hands. Yeah, there's lots of things.
Are they picking up bricks and stones? And
it doesn't matter.
It does matter, because if you're picking up those kind of things, it will do something to your hands.
Pause it.
No, but what you're saying doesn't. So basically, I asked her what does she like physically in men. She said she likes men with nice hands, right? And I was basically saying that the idea of like men who are, you know, builders are gonna have rough hands. Yeah. Right, because they're going to be doing like manual labor, and then I can't exactly remember. I'd have to watch the full podcast. But I was asking her, how many times have you seen a woman on a building site building a house? How many times have you seen that? So that's where we're at right now. But it's BS.
No, it's not, because
it is.
if a man has nice hands, that's what I like.
What did you say the worker is?
A HCA.
Are so you are comparing that to somebody
I'm not
that is
comparing it, but you said give an example.
As a comparison.
Yeah, but there's loads of other things I can say.
Like what?
Because there's women
like
there's women that do work on construction sites. There's women that are gas engineers. There's women that do a lot of things to do with their hands.
When's the last time you saw, when a house is being built, you saw a woman up there?
There's a lot of them.
When was the last time?
Even a woman.
You don't answer the question. You go off with your own tangent.
No.
I'm asking you a straight question.
And
when was the last? Stop. You're not in charge here. Stop acting like you're in charge.
I'm not.
Stop talking over me, and stop talking over me as well.
But you just asked me a question.
No,
and
you didn't answer it. You didn't answer
yes,
it.
I did.
You started talking about something else. I asked you a straight question. I asked you, when is the last time you seen a woman on a house being built? Yesterday, where? Yeah. You're a liar, bro. I don't believe you. You're a liar. You're a liar.
So now I'm a liar because I've answered your question.
Bro. So why didn't you say that straight away?
Because I didn't need to.
But that was the question, though.
The question was what I find attractive in men.
No, oh my God.
And I answered.
So you're not following the conversation? Is that what you like, bruh?
You asked me what I find attractive in men. Yes or no?
I asked you that in the first question. Then we moved on. You said you like good hands, and then you started talking about men on construction sites. And then
what's the question,
bro? Like seriously, if you're gonna do that, I'm not having it, bro.
Okay.
You're gonna have to calm down seriously, because this ain't your. What do you lot think about that back and forth there?
Yeah, she's definitely being disrespectful towards you, 100%. And it goes back to you being the host and you giving that rule of no back and forth. And there's just so much of that.
But let's be honest as well, though. You do like being in power. You play off it. You like it.
It's not about what I like or what I don't
I feel like it's good because you worked hard to get to where you are now, so you can be what you want.
Guess what?
Do you know what I mean?
This is my responsibility. It doesn't matter what I like or what I don't like. If you lot go, I don't know, like if you lot just do some mad thing, or let's say one of you decides to strangle the other one on this show. It's my it's my show. Do you understand that? With power comes responsibility, bro. So you can't tell me that, I like. It's not about like, it's about what it is, bro.
But can I tell you something? Self-awareness is the key to life. So I feel like when you're expressing yourself and you want to get your point across, so you want to answer out of someone, you got to be aware of the way it's coming across to that person too, because not everyone's going to perceive the way you're speaking to them in the way you think they are.
Richez,
So it turns into a ticking time bomb. Do you know what I mean?
Richez, she's actually right, and this is what's really interesting about this dynamic. She's hitting the nail on the head on this one, and here's why. So let's imagine like you have a romantic scenario, and girls, you probably may have experienced this. Like you see a guy, right, and the guy is carrying himself with a lot of masculine energy being focused, driven, ambitious, and striving towards building himself in his life. And you're like, I kind of respect that guy, right? And then you step out of line, and what you're going to do is you're going to throw him a test. You're going to throw him a test to see if he's going to maintain his authority, and you're going to do something that's kind of unintentional, but sort of intentional to test him. And then the guy's going to check your behavior. He's going to say, you know what? I'm just not okay with that behavior, and that's just how I feel. And if that behavior continues, then we're going to have to redefine the nature of our relationship. A high-value woman is going to respect that man a lot more because he did check her behavior. She's going to say, you know what? I want a man to lead me, right? And a lot of women experience that. But looking at the visual samples with whom you were traversing an argument there, I don't think those women have ever had a masculine man check them because no masculine man would be attracted to those women. So from their perception, you're just a toxic, evil, powerful man. But it's because their value is so low.
100%. 100%.
Let's carry on. And we're running a professional show. So if you want to do a circus thing, I don't know, like...
What's the question?
Like, seriously, you need to calm down. I will ask the question. I don't need you to ask me nothing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, seriously.
What did you ask everybody else?
Bruh, stop acting like you're in charge. Stop asking questions. I'll ask you the question, bruv. Simple.
What do you find attractive in men?
Get off, man. Get off.
What do you find attractive in men?
Bruh. You're being annoying. I'm gonna give you one. Do you know what? I'm not even trying to make this a circus. I'm gonna give you one last chance. Please let me just do my show how I do the show, bruv. Please.
You asked me a question.
Please, just stop saying stuff. Please. Can I move on?
You can move on. Definitely.
Then stop interrupting. That was the first rule of the show. Don't overtalk the host, and you keep doing it. And I'm trying not to kick you off. Like, and you keep doing it. You keep adding another thing. Like, please don't do that no more. Please. Like, I'm not being, and you can make all the face you want. I'm not being nasty because I'm asking you and I'm saying please. Thank you. Flipping hell, man.
Wow.
Why are you saying wow for?
Pause. Everyone's saying wow, boy. No,
it's like the same thing happening over and over and over.
I'm such a horrible person, bruv. I'm so horrible.
You know what's so funny about this period? It's almost like that week, back to back.
It was back to back. It was literally back to back. Yeah. It was back to back.
Can I say something? Go on. Please, I'm going to come from a spiritual aspect right now. I'm going to be deep with you, yeah? This is looking like a karmic situation. Now, I'm not saying you're totally in the wrong, but I feel like this is a lesson for you on how you speak to people as well, the way it comes across. Again, self-awareness. So when situations happen, they'll keep reoccurring in different people until you understand how to approach the situation better to break through that cycle.
I know what to do.
Do you understand? So what this is...
You're right. You're right. Well, as soon as they do it, I'll kick them out straight away. I won't argue. No, and I'm being dead ass serious. I'm not joking, bruv. I mean it. Like, as soon as someone's doing this power struggle, I'll give them one chance. If they do it again, they can go, and that's it.
But come on, you got to...
I don't have to do anything because your job doesn't have to allow you to be late.
Empathy, compassion for people. We're only human beings. Like, if you really want to get deep...
What compassion did she... No, hold on.
But it's how you...
Hold on. No. Because you're just making excuses because she's a woman, bruv. Because if it was a guy... Bruv, if it was a guy doing that to a woman, you would feel different. You would feel different.
No. Okay. I wouldn't. I swear.
All right, cool. That's you want to say that? That's fine.
I'm only basing this off the situation. It could have been anyone up there. I'm saying genuinely the truth of what it looks like and what it is.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. That's what you say. So I'm just the one that's in the wrong, yeah?
No.
So tell me what was going on.
But then. Also, it's all about being the bigger person. You hold much more power when you're the bigger person.
I'm the one who's in charge, and I'm the responsible for the show.
So you kind of have to kill people with kindness and just let them just
let them do what they want. Yeah.
So Rich,
just let them do what they want on my show.
Rich, this is such a beautiful microcosm of like. Why a 32-year-old woman who thinks she's a bad bitch would be single. And this exact situation is playing out. This is a relationship, right? So we know the answer to this question. The question is, who's the leader in that situation? It doesn't matter if the status is enforced or implied. Who is the leader in that situation? Actually, it's Richez. Correct. Obviously. Yeah. And there's a reason why he's the leader in that situation, because he's the host of the show. But there's another reason, is because he's the competent person in the group, and because he's the organizer. The organizer is always the leader. He brings the tribe together.
Absolutely.
Now that's in the context of a show, but in the context of life, a leader is going to be organizing teams. A leader is going to be creating value. A leader is going to be pushing forward the economy. A leader is going to be bringing tribes together. That's what a leader does. So we have an established system for who we perceive as leaders. We're wired to see it, right? And so clearly Richez is the leader in that environment. And as a leader, and this is what happens a lot with ladies in relationships, right? You meet a leader, and this girl, all she wants to prove right now is that she's a bad bitch. And you know what it does? It gets her kicked off the podcast. Now think for yourselves when you're in a relationship. You get a guy who's a leader, and he's not going to budge on his principles. He's not going to budge on his drive. He's not going to budge on his vision. And he comes in and he's like, no. And he doesn't have to tell you he's the leader. He knows he is because he's probably already slept with you. So he knows he's the leader because you wouldn't let a non-leader access you unless you're an actual narcissist and you want control over a man. So he's got access to you. He's a leader. And then you're like, no, I'm going to be a bad bitch and I'm not going to comply. And he gives you a warning. And you're like, but I'm still going to be a bad bitch. And he gives you another warning. And by the way, that was way too many warnings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Way too many warnings.
Zero tolerance now. Like,
now, in a relationship, I don't like this behavior. Well, I don't care. I don't like this behavior. I don't care. Okay, well, eventually, and usually sooner than later, the high-value leader is going to remove you from the context of his life. And this is a microcosm of that. Something for ladies to think about. When you meet a leader and you want to be a bad bitch because you just don't want to be controlled, be prepared to be exited from that situation.
There's so much confusion about this topic these days.
Right.
And if you don't hold the line, whether it's in the show or in a relationship, and a woman doesn't trust, surrender, and respect what's happening, you're always going to have this friction.
Always.
And we're having a huge breakdown right now in society as a whole.
What do you think in the corner?
Me?
Yeah. What do you think?
I think in this situation, it's different. I feel like off the bat, she wanted to have the power. So then when you were trying to challenge that, she was coming back harder and harder and harder every time. So in this situation, I thought 100% like she was in the wrong. Like she should have just left it alone, let you do your thing, carried on the conversation or answered the question straight off the bat. But yeah, but also I agree with what sorry, I forgot her name over there in the corner next to you. What she was saying about how delivery comes across. Like some people might not take how you say things in the way that you think that they should take it. So when it was like you and her was going like that, like that, like that, and then you finally was like, do you know what? Like just come off. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just. How do I say it?
It's impulse. It's impulsive.
Yeah, it's impulsive.
It's impulsive behavior, which you didn't mean.
Yeah,
but it's because that's the same.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you at all. I think at the end of the day, why? Think about this, yeah? And then bear in mind as well, that wasn't the first piece of content she filmed that day. That was the second. We filmed a piece of content, me, her, and another girl, earlier that day. There was no problem. It's on the channel. You can see it. Then later on, when everybody else got here, then she started acting like that. So how does that make sense?
No, so that's what I'm saying. It's clear in this one that she wanted the power from the jump. Do you get what I mean? Even from her tone, from the way she answered the question, from the way she was answering you back, like it was clear that she wanted to take control and she wanted you to feel belittled rather than the other way around. You get it?
I hear what you're saying, and it's funny how this is it was a clip from this video that ZZ Mills put on her Twitter, and it's trending and got millions of views. And King Richez, who is this guy? He's a waste man. He's this. He's that. He's a terrible host. Blah blah blah. Bro, like, what's these guys are not even controlling their own lives, talking about me being a horrible host. So they ain't even control of their own lives.
To her point, that's exactly right. So, you set the bar of what is appropriate behavior in a situation in which you're clearly the leader. And that's exactly what you should be doing, right? Yeah. And then you get like this percentage, there are going to be some women that are like, well, I just don't like men that are in a position of power, obviously. But then you have something else. You have these insidious, disgusting little weasel men that are sharing it too and showing their virtue by saying, what a bad man talking like that to a woman. I would never talk like that to a woman. And then unfortunately, other men, younger men are watching them. They think, oh, if I show virtuosity, that's how I'm going to get women. If I aspire to be weak, like these other weak men, then I will get women. And what they learn is they become very bitter and resentful because these women that are pushing these men down, they're not screwing these same men.
Yeah.
Right? And so we have to break that trend. We have to say it's okay for a man to set rules. It's okay for a man to be strong. It's okay for a man to build himself. And it's okay for a man to realize when he's the leader to set the rules and to exit the dynamic. I think you executed it masterfully.
I was reading the comments, man. I'm getting DMs. Say, oh, watch when I see you, these simps. Oh yeah, you were disrespectful to women. Have you got the same energy, bro? I box, bro. I'm about to go and meet the world's strongest man. And spar. It's just weird, like the way that people just come at you, attack you, and I honestly think is not just women. Is a lot of people, they don't like to see men in positions of power and authority. They don't like to take direction from men because maybe they're in their household, they've never seen it.
Or it's also how men compete. Weak men compete with other men by bringing other men down.
Yeah.
They're literally they're putting a certain toxicity to traditionally masculine traits, which actually lead you to be successful because they can't compete in that sphere. So they try to bring others down, right? And dude, I know you a little bit outside of the show. We've interacted a couple times, man. Like, and I'll say this, you guys can check out our company, LGFG. If you want to question the credibility of who I am, you Google me and you'll find out pretty quickly. And this guy's the real deal. And that's why I feel the trust to introduce you to celebrities and take you to these places, because I know that you're not going to embarrass me.
Hell no.
This guy's for real, and I'm putting my credibility and the credibility of my multinational corporation on the line by saying that, because I know you're the real deal, and I feel your character. I like the way you communicate, and I like the way you set boundaries, and I think that people should hear that.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that. That means a lot. And yeah, please go check him out, because he's a serious guy, man. Yeah, big up Lennox Lewis. We got Lennox Lewis, yeah? Trust me. Man spoke to him on the phone, like, get me set man up, like, get me Eddie Hall. Anyway, yeah, so let's get back on topic. Just had to do that little detour for the Twitter people, Twitter fingers. Yeah. Everyone hit the like button. There's over 1,000 people watching. Let's get 1,000 likes, man. Yeah. Like 300 of you could hit the like button right now. Yeah, boom. Let's get back on track. Actually, let me hit up the super chats before they start racking up out of control. Big up to Joey. Someone said, "Oh God." It's not that deep. Don't worry. Hopefully. Big up Joey. He says, "Much love as always, my guy. Bless up. Appreciate you, bro." Big up to Gus. He says, "Why see women think being independent is attractive?" Anyone got anything to say?
Wait, come again? What do you say?
Yeah. Why do women think being independent is attractive to men? That's one thing he's asking.
So they want the girl that can pay the nails, the hair, the makeup, everything.
Yeah, it's all about self-care.
I just believe.
No, wait. How we are gonna pay all of that without being independent and sufficient? Because I'm finding this very difficult as a woman to find a partner. How we are gonna be independent without how we are not independent?
You know when how old are you?
33. When I
34. You know when you was 23, did you have a lot of guys on your case?
I was in a long-term relationship.
You was in a long-term relationship. Yeah. Why did that relationship end?
Because he wasn't progressing in his life and not doing nothing for his life.
Okay.
And I was doing.
So what attracted you to that guy in the first place?
I started with him when I was 19. So it was my first love. Mm-hmm. And we used to go high school together. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then over 5 years, I realized, I'm doing progress in my career and studying. I'm manager.
It took you 5 years to realize this guy ain't doing nothing. 5 years.
Values where
How many months is that? Let's do that math.
I thought that.
60.
Yeah.
5.
What's the problem?
60 months.
Yeah, I'm patient.
60 months. That is very patient. If you went to prison for 5 years, you feel that.
What?
And you're telling me in a 5-year stretch, you couldn't realize that this guy's a bum.
It took me 1 year to be able to break up the relationship, yes.
Damn. Don't you think that's maybe your own fault?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
so if you're saying you're having problem getting guys now when you're over 30, do you understand? When you're in the younger years, that's your easiest time. That's the prime time, for you to get the exact guy that you probably want for the rest of your life. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So, you could talk about, it's hard now, but realistically, the time when you could have really found the guy that is good for your life is kind of past. Do you get it? Yeah. I'm not saying it's impossible for you to find a guy that'll be perfect for you at this point in life, but I'm saying your options are going to start to decrease significantly more than when you was 23.
Of course.
So that's why it's when older women start saying, they got options and guys are like this and guys are like that. It's in my mind, it's you should have already been at the game kind of thing.
I should, but I have standards as well, so I'm not going to date whatever just for the sake of being
You said you was getting sold dreams. What are you talking about?
Sorry?
Earlier you said you was getting sold dreams. By good looking.
Yeah, when I was younger, I'm 34 now. It has changed a lot.
So between the time you was with that guy for 5 years and now, what was going on?
I have another 2 relationships that didn't work.
Was you broke up with them? Why?
They cheated.
They cheated.
Yeah.
Were they good looking guys?
Yeah.
Good looking, tall.
Yeah.
pretty much the same kind of guy.
Not the same, but yeah, they were.
I mean, they was both good looking and they both cheated, so they pretty much are the same.
Very different.
It's the same outcome though.
Same outcome, very different personalities.
I mean, like, you know, one thing I've noticed doing this show, there's a lot of patterns I noticed with women, a lot of patterns that are very consistent. And to you, it may look like, oh, this situation's different, this situation's different. It ain't really that much different, bruv.
Yeah, I've been learning this when I turned 30. You start to grow and you start to learn things what happened in these last 10 years. And yeah.
I think a lot of the times where a lot of women, when they're in their younger years, they tend to make mistakes in men is because society, you're listening to women who are not successful in relationships. You're not listening to married women or women in like proper relationships. You're listening to your friends and people on TikTok and Instagram who they don't even have successful relationships.
When I was young, it wasn't TikTok or Instagram.
Okay, but I mean that's all well and good, but like really and truly, the society that we live in now, our modern society, is very superficial, and it tells women to have these high standards and you're fabulous just the way you are and nobody can tell you nothing, and yeah, you're just trying to find yourself. So if you make a load of mistakes, you're just trying to find yourself. I'm sorry, it don't go like that. That's not reality, because if you make a lot of catastrophic mistakes in your life, you might end up just a failure, full stop.
Well,
that's reality.
I don't feel myself as a failure.
I'm not saying you.
Or anyone that is my situation.
I'm not saying you or the people in your situation. This is what I'm saying. You're taking it
personal. Yeah.
I think it's all about alignment. I honestly just think if you understand
why don't you align the mic?
I honestly think if you understand the way the world works and you do your research, you work on yourself, you know, you build up the stability in your everything that you're doing, your business, you will find someone in alignment with what you're doing. Yeah, but like, I feel like there's so many people that are married and unhappy.
Show us your results. Show us your results.
I believe, do you know what? I know my purpose and my destiny. I know
Speaking to the mic.
I know my purpose and my destiny. I know where I'm going. I know what's meant for me. I know everything about my future. So I already know where I'm going. I know I'm going to find that person soon.
Everything about your future?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm highly, not just that, I'm highly spiritual. I'm highly intuitive. I'm highly, if you want to call it psychic or whatever. And I know what I'm doing.
Precognition.
I've spent a lot of years in isolation doing researching.
Are you in the X-Men?
Pardon?
Nothing.
Into X-Men?
Nothing.
Look, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is it's all about alignment. You can be 35, 36 and meet the right person for you, get married and have kids.
You could, but do you want to know what?
There's no time.
When they surveyed men and asked men which age group of women do they find the most attractive, is usually women in their younger 20s.
Well, I look good at age 32, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay, you can say that, but okay, do you think that you have more options now than you did when you was 23? Do you think you honestly had more guys of all different levels, blue check, rich, like, you know, entrepreneur, crystals, whatever? Do you think you have more options now? And I'm not saying you're bad looking. Yeah. I'm not saying you're bad looking either. I'm not saying anything about you lot. But I'm saying the reality is, do you think you had more options now rather than when you was at, you know, the height of youth, beauty, fertility, all of that? Do you really think that?
I don't think it's about having options. Having options is irrelevant. Like, I'm still going to attract whatever it is.
Options are very relevant, because if all your options are homeless men, then your options are kind of crap.
And that's what I mean, exactly. So
you just said options are irrelevant.
I'm saying that having options, they could all be a bunch of nothing. So therefore, having options now and then doesn't really make a difference. It's not about that. It's about alignment.
Make a difference. What do you mean? Of course it makes a difference.
Who cares about options? Like, I don't care about
your options.
I don't care about options.
So what do you care about then?
Meeting the right person, direct. Like, I want to go direct to the right person. Alignment. That's it.
There were alignment and crystals, and they haven't worked out so far.
But let me ask,
but how do you know that though? This is the thing.
Because you're single. That's how I know.
But I'm only 32.
But let me ask you this:
age is nothing but a number. I'm so sorry.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
100%.
You sure about that?
I mean, my life hasn't even started yet.
Do you think biology runs by that kind of logic?
Well, the older I get, the younger I look. So I don't know.
But your ability to have children.
I don't know.
I don't know. The older you get, the less of this ability you have to have children. So it does matter, like, what age you find your partner at, and it does matter when you find the one you want.
Someone Google a woman at 49 having kids from her own womb.
So dangerous.
I go to the gym.
It don't matter if there's a woman in Guatemala and she was 50 and she had her first child, bro. It don't matter. That doesn't mean that's what's common or typical.
I go to the gym. I eat natural products. I I'm very
What
much.
food?
I'm very healthy.
Natural products.
Everything.
That's
Yeah.
a strange choice of words.
Would you like?
Why did you just say food?
Yeah, like I'm very clean eating, healthy person. I'm really on point with myself. So I don't think I will get to an age where I can't have kids. I don't think that will happen. I think I will.
You think you'll never get to an age where you can't have kids?
I mean, it's not impossible.
You defy biology.
It's not impossible. It's not. I know. Okay, I don't know personally, but there's people. There's
It's
women.
not fair for the
there's
kid.
women
It's not
older.
fair. It's far from fair for the kid. I'm sorry,
Listen,
but
let me tell you
having a
something.
kid when you're
let me tell you
Please,
something.
let her
me
talk. This
tell
is
you something.
awesome.
You see, you guys. This is the problem. Your mindset's limited. Mine's limitless.
Correct.
So I don't care. I believe in miracles. I believe anything can happen, and as long as I believe that, and my belief
Teach
is very
us your
strong.
abundance.
Yeah, but
Teach us your abundance. Teach us Robert Greene. I love this. Hey, no, but
Robert Greene. I love him.
You believe in limit. Yeah, you quoted
I
it. You quoted him.
believe
You
that
believe.
I can have whatever I want, and so that
Yes.
shall be.
Yeah, you
so
can have
if
whatever.
I think I can
Yep.
have a baby at 38,
Yeah.
39, I don't care. That's gonna
Can you have
happen.
a job? I mean, I'm just wondering, or is it one of those things where it's like you're an entrepreneur because of? You know,
I have a good business. I have a good business. I'm looking for investors. So if you want to,
investors, we really trust your opinion. You know, and as an actual investor, I think that. One thing you wouldn't have is a job in my company, but let me say something. So there's a joke.
Hold on, sorry. But can I ask a question? Based
please.
off what? 'Cause I feel like you
Based
got a
off
bit,
the fact that the watch I'm wearing is worth more than all the money you've ever made in your
But
life,
who
that would
cares?
be
But
one answer.
hold on.
But you're an entrepreneur. You should measure your success in money. If you want me to invest money, you should make money. That is exactly the metric you
my
mentioned.
profit margin's 400%. Who cares?
That's literally impossible. You can't have a 400%
I'm
profit
telling
margin.
you. I can show you right after. It's not a problem.
So
Everything's on my phone.
400%.
Yes.
What? That's physical. That's
Yeah,
not mathematics.
I can show you the maths, babes. Don't ever don't get just because you're up in another level than I am. I'm gonna get to you. I'll probably surpass you if I'm honest.
No, you really won't.
Yes, I
but,
will. I'll probably surpass you if I'm honest.
I mean,
Trust me.
That's good confidence.
With
though.
this mindset.
Can we test that
Listen,
one?
because do you know what? I'm a very nice person. I'm very humble, and I feel like
You're the most humble I've ever
I feel
seen.
like
You're
your
so
ego.
humble.
Yeah, because I feel like your ego
Yes.
and everything. It's just
Yes.
your personality is just override. Like money.
You let the hate flow through
Let
you.
her talk, man. Let her
I
finish.
feel
It
like-
makes you powerful. It gives
Let
you
her finish. Let her
focus.
finish. Let her finish, bro.
I feel like the money that you're making and your status
And my
is
suit.
overshadowing.
Also my suit.
It's
Bro, can
overshadowing.
you let her finish, please?
It's
'Cause, like, you're better talking over her.
I feel
we
like
don't need you to moderate.
I feel like it's overshadowing your humility, your morals, your kindness, compassion
Morals.
for people,
Oh.
everything. I just
Yeah,
feel like
everything.
you come across really disrespectful, and I feel like
Really?
if you are in the business industry and you are way up
In the
there,
business industry, that's very general, but
Look,
continue.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
If he is.
Okay, I'm saying if you are, you are, right? So I'm pretty sure there's a way that you want to conduct yourself. You want to conduct yourself publicly, and I feel like you've been really hitting people, in trying to basically act like you're at a higher position than them because you got money. That's it. Money's not everything, and I feel like you have.
But you want me to invest my money in your business? You
I don't
literally
want
just
you.
offered
I don't want you to.
Oh, really? Because you just said you asked for
But
it.
I didn't ask you anything.
You said you can invest in my business.
I
You
just
don't
said
want me
we're looking for investors. That's exactly what I said.
Oh.
That's
Can
what
I
I
just
said.
say something as
Hang
well?
on, I think I'm allowed a rebuttal. Am I allowed a rebuttal?
Can I say something first?
No. It's between them two. Go on.
This is great. I'm really appreciating this conversation. I'm learning so much from your limitless mind and just your, ability
You've
to
met your
to
match, and I feel like
my match. Why are you competing with me on male criteria? Like, you're a woman and you're talking about finding your partner, and yet you're competing with me on male criteria. That's not a very feminine thing to do. But let me say this, guys. My favorite joke, the Jerry Seinfeld joke, and this is the one that I teach to the young people that join our company, and the promise I make them that you're going to make $100,000 a year within 18 months. So thank you guys for applying that watch this podcast in the past, and we hired Mustafa saying hi, watched King Richez, applied, and he's joined our company.
Look at that! I'm helping people.
True story. But
I'm helping people. ZZ Mills, Lippy, you man. Who are you helping?
And listen, guys, and the viewers.
Who are you helping? Talking about me, bruh. Like, bruh. Trust me, like any of you influencer people, you influencer guys, yeah. Look, I'm not a boxer or nothing, but I will spar anyone and say, "Oh, you're disrespectful." Show me I'm disrespectful, bruv. And that's it, bro. Because I don't care. Because I was sparring today, bruv. So, like, a lot of people talk, but you're not in my weight class.
So let's finish that
And that's
point.
that.
And
hang on. I was my rebuttal. You had your chance to talk. You told us how awesome you are and you know everything and you're abundant.
No,
and
not even that.
You're so abundant.
I'm not saying that, but
can you stop being abundant for a second and just be just a little bit more scarce with your talking so I can answer? Is that okay? So coming back to this point, obviously the people watching the show can make a decision for themselves on their own accord. We're in a democratic society. If two people right now are offering a job in their company or to invest in a company, they can choose to invest their money with you, or they can choose to invest their money with me, or have a job with you, have a job with me. I'm going to let them decide. But that joke that Jerry Seinfeld said that I think is so wise, he said, remember, when you're seeing two homeless people talking to each other, one of those homeless people is giving the other homeless person advice. Let's just ponder that for a second. When you see two homeless people talking to each other, one of the homeless people is giving the other homeless person advice. Well, the core of the joke is like, don't listen to the homeless person about giving you advice. So advice is one of the most important things for a young person, especially for a young man, because you're really building your life. Like, who you listen to matters. And so how do you discern, guys, like young guys watching the show, how do you discern whom you should be listening to? Like, she says I'm a raging, narcissistic, egotistical, evil, white, whatever. Sure, I can be all those things. You might be right. Nobody here knows me. I could be completely deceiving everyone, and nobody here knows you. They have to come up with their own decisions. Nobody knows, right? But the way that I teach young men in our organization on how to make decisions, how to take opinion, is this way. Ask yourself, is the person whose advice I'm following a person I would trade my life with? Meaning that if you get advice from her about business and you get advice from me about business, whom would you rather trade your life with? If you get relationship advice from this lady who's maybe 30 and's got 2 kids and is married for 6-7 years versus this other lady who's in her mid-30s and single and never been married, whose relationship advice would you take based on whose life did you want more? If you want that life, take that advice. If you want that life,
that's common sense, right?
And if you don't, then don't, and you can come up with your own decisions.
Exactly. That's common sense. So what was your point?
Well,
because people desire different things, so I guess
some people want to be 32
some people want to
single.
switch lives with you, and some people want to switch lives with her.
I don't know how many people want to be a 32-year-old single tarot card reader female who's completely delusional, but I can make a choice.
Well, that's your opinion. I don't see many people that want to switch lives with you either.
And this is the problem. And
yeah,
and yeah, 100.
You wouldn't? Would you?
I wouldn't want to switch lives with you spiritually.
Because you seem like you got all the money, but you're unhappy deep down. You got all the money, but you're unhappy. 100%. 100%.
You're projecting.
100%. I'm not projecting.
Yo.
Richez, am I unhappy?
Yo.
Rich, do you know what it is?
Bruh,
I just think the way you're speaking.
No, hold on. What the hell? Like, we just watched two videos where I was saying, please, and I did it again, and you lot did it now. Wow, and I guess I'm violating right now.
Can I just end on one thing?
No, you can't, because I'm speaking. What is wrong with you lot, bruv? You lot can't help it. Do you know you've probably spoke the most on this show today? And I just have to get an extra one. Allow it, man. Please. Let me finish what I'm saying. And I'm not being nasty. And this is live. And I'm not being nasty to you. I'm not. I've got a show. We have things we need to get through. The show's not about you and Dimitri and who's the energies and all. It's not about that, bruv. That's not the title of the show. All right? And to be honest, like, you're talking about someone you've only met today. You don't know what their family life is like. You don't know anything about that. He's talking about the things you've said, and you're attacking his character and what his family life is like. That's absolutely out of order, in my opinion. You don't know him, but what you do know, that he is successful. You do know that. Why? Because I can verify that, and he's very well connected. So at the end of the day, it's like, why don't you just address what he says and don't try and talk about things that you don't know? Because it's just like the people on Twitter talking about me, talking about somebody that they do not know, and they don't care to do their research. And it's not fair, because if someone was doing it to you, you wouldn't like it. You would understand very well. And that's just the facts. Go on.
Can I say something?
Yeah, that's what I said. Go on.
Okay, thank you. To be honest, I feel like this guest next to me has been also doing the same things in a condescending manner and saying that he's having low IQ arguments. People are delusional, attacking their lives as well. So I don't think it's just her.
Period.
I never said it. I know. Did you hear what I said?
No, I did. But
are you addressing me, or are you just saying?
I'm saying in general.
Okay, cool.
I'm saying in general. So what I'm saying is, I think he needs to understand as well. Yes, he could have all the knowledge in the world, and you're very successful, and you have 74 watches. Congrats to you.
Thank you for remembering the exact number. That's really like.
Well, yeah, because I'm listening to everyone.
Let her go. Because I want to move on from.
Yeah, because I'm listening to everyone, but I think obviously, and I think it goes back to delivery as well. I think you can say obviously what you want to say. You're a human being. You have freedom of speech, but I think it's just the way that you say things can come across in a certain way that can be a little bit distasteful and a little bit condescending. So I think we just need to maintain some mutual respect between everybody and let King Rich do his thing. We're here to support him and do whatever. and go about our business afterwards and go back to our separate respective lives that we respect for ourselves, that we built for ourselves, and that's what it is. So thank you.
Awesome. Yes, girl.
See, this is my problem. Like, this is the biggest problem. Like, why are people so sensitive? Like, this is just a dialect. Like, this is just a dialogue about real life things, and everyone's getting so worked up. It's like, this is a compassionate conversation. These are supposed to be compassionate conversations with strong views. It's not supposed to be an argument. Oh, my feelings are hurt. I want to talk more. It doesn't matter. Like, why is this generation so sensitive? I don't understand. Everyone is so sensitive now. Like, back in the day, this wasn't happening. These types of arguments weren't happening. No, it was like, oh, just be a little nicer to her. Like, that's not a thing. Like, why can't people just be honest and take the truth? Be confident in who you are, and it doesn't matter because you are confident in who you are, and then no one's opinion would matter to you.
I mean, I agree with that, but I think like the general point is about respect. You can deliver your version of the truth because let's just be real, everything is subjective at the end of the day. So everyone has a different version of reality that they subscribe to. Everyone's truth is different. So I think there's a way that you can like be genuine to your truth and live your truth and have the life that you believe validates you without invalidating someone else's existence. So I agree with Sis, like making points, talking about like low IQ arguments.
One objective truth is that you ascribe to a philosophy, not subscribe. That's objectively true.
So this is exactly what we were discussing earlier, which I think is funny that I was labeled a raging narcissist in a group because we just watched that video and the points that we consensually made as a group is that what was so problematic about the girl's behavior was the fact that when you were trying to speak and moderate and just have your voice be heard, like she was doing a little petty aside. So I think that it's kind of ironic that Sir in the back over here the whole time
don't project your behavior on don't project her behavior.
That my girl was talking,
I'm not okay with that.
He was going
no,
really?
It wasn't. That's not true. That's on tape. That's objectively untrue. No, you are intentionally trying to incite gaslighting in order to get a reaction.
She can state her opinion without you interrupting. Actually,
you're gaslighting and you're gaslighting. Stop gaslighting. I'm not okay. I am not okay with you gaslighting. Narcissist, stop. Narcissist,
you want to justify interrupting so bad.
Are you okay?
You're so mad.
You see that projecting right again?
Stop. You see that?
Stop.
That's what you've been doing, darling.
Projecting.
You're getting a taste of your own medicine.
Oh, my medicine.
Yes.
Hey, like I've had enough of this. Stop, please. Yeah. We're gonna move on because this is just going round and round, and you lot are not gonna agree on anything. So this is going round and round, right? And that was only the second super chat I read, you know. I got loads more, bro. I'm gonna have to speed through these, and like, if you got a response, it's got to be like 1 sentence response, yeah, respectfully. All right, big up Zorro. He says, women stop crying about looks when they hit the wall. Stop caring about looks when they hit the wall. Do you lot agree about that?
What do you mean when they hit the wall?
When they pass a certain age, when you know their options have kind of reduced significantly because they're not in their prime anymore.
Yeah, no, they should not. No, they should work very hard at it.
That's why we saw
regarding their.
No, I'm saying women stop caring about looks when they hit the wall.
They do.
They stop caring about other people's
looks?
They
shouldn't.
No, men dating when they're dating men.
Oh,
like looks is not as high a priority. Like when you was young and when you was in high school,
we cared about looks.
You cared about looks. That was the top priority. Like he's got to be cute. And then as you get older, you get Chad and Tyrone do their thing, pump and dump, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've learned. I've found out what I like and what's important. Yeah, you have, because Chad and Tyrone did what they're meant to do. Bad boys do what bad boys are meant to do. Bad stuff. Because they're bad. Innit?
I mean, based on our answers earlier, most of us, young, older, we didn't care about looks as much when you gave us the options. So I don't know how much I can agree with that.
Yeah, but what about real life? That was a hypothetical question I gave you. What about real life? Because this lady next to you is she actually confessed that, yeah, she did care about them kind of things. And she changed when she got to like 28. So actually, maybe you might be a little bit inaccurate with what you're saying. And the lady here said that too.
Okay. Well, if I can answer that question, I don't know if it's my turn to answer, but
go on.
The older I get, would I care less about looks? I mean, I don't care so much about looks now, so I would imagine I would hold that same opinion.
So you agree?
I agree that I care less about looks, yeah.
Okay. Pulling teeth. Alright, cool. Big up to Doug. He says, Doug MPA says, this panel doesn't deserve to be in the same room with Dimitri. Dimitri is a titan. All you ladies need to listen to him. He's trying to give you game.
Please. Oh my God.
Big up to
paid promotion.
Another contestant,
That's my
please.
response, the laugh, by the way.
Yeah, same.
I mean,
Narcissist response.
it is like this is the thing. Like this is the thing.
No, just you two on the corners. You two are young. You're impressionable and you're great. But these two on the corners, narcissists.
Great.
This is the thing, yeah. Hold on. This is the thing, like, just like we was talking about earlier when we was talking about those two videos we reacted to. A lot of women do not like to take direction from men. That is our society right now. So when a guy will say some things that are reality, but you don't like it, it makes you feel bad. You don't like it. The first thing is to just fight back instead of actually, contain your emotion, listen, register it, think about it logically, take your emotions out of it. How you feel, take that out of it. What is this actually the reality? If I look at in the world, is this what typically happens? Is this common? Is my response going to be all about anecdotal stories and my imagination of I'm going to be different? Like, sometimes a lot of people just need to keep it real. And this is one of the biggest differences I see between men and women, because when you're a man, you have to keep it real from the beginning, or you will fail. And the world is very unforgiving to men. You're not fast enough. You're not strong enough. You're not tall enough. We're taught that from day one. If you try and talk rubbish to someone, they'll punch you in the face. That's why I like boxing, because it's the truth. Having a knife or having a gun, that's not the truth, bruv. The truth is when you're toe-to-toe with somebody, no one's got an advantage. That's the truth. That's why a lot of times women don't like those kind of things. A lot of times they like fantasy.
With men.
Bruh, you obviously wasn't listening,
No,
so
I
it's
heard
cool.
you. You just said women don't like taking like listening to men with authority or whatever, and I just want to correct you on that. I don't know about anyone else on this panel, but I
never said you specifically.
No, but it's obviously in regards to the Dimitri and the comment you just spoke out about on your Twitter.
It's actually in regards to me being on my 70 odd show, and
from experience.
And in regards to what I'm getting on social media, on Twitter, from a lot of people that should know better, actually, because this is just another show. Respectfully, this is just another show. I'm going to do another show on Friday, and then after that, we do shows every single day. It's literally a blur. Tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, but the day after, I'll forget about this show. I'll forget about what was said on this show. It's not nothing special, and usually it's the same pattern. You lot usually say the same things. So, I mean, go on, say what you was going to say.
In regards to that tweet, right? That's what I want to speak about. So, in regards to women don't like listening to men with authority or power, I'm sorry, but me personally, because you mentioned Dimitri, I will surrender to a man that's a leader, an alpha male, someone who has authority or whatever it is. But the difference between me surrendering is the respect that's giving to me, that is portrayed to me. I don't mind surrendering to a man. I want a man to lead me because I'm an alpha female. I consider myself as a strong woman, so I need someone stronger than me that's going to overpower me. An independent woman who's done everything by herself. I mean, I've grew myself up from the age of 17, lived by myself from the age of 17, done everything for myself, everything in life. I've always had money. I've always had a job. I'm a very ambitious person. So I need someone that's going to step into my life and lead me and also direct me and allow me to surrender.
When that person steps in your life, are you still an alpha?
No, I'm not, because I will know who to surrender to. That's the difference. And it's the respect is what it is. The way I'm spoken to, everything, the respect that he's got for me.
So as soon as this guy comes along, you're just going to forget about all the things you've learned your whole life from when you were 17. That's all going to wash away and you're going to be perfect little wifey at
Absolutely
home
not. It's going to be a thing where I adapt to the circumstance and still be myself outside of the relationship.
Oh, you're going to do that easy, isn't it?
It's not.
That's going to be an easy transition, isn't it?
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, of course. Because you've done it before, right?
It's not rocket science.
You've done it before, right?
But it's not rocket science. I've done a lot of things harder than that. It's not hard.
Harder than rocket science?
No, harder than having to adapt to an alpha male. It's not hard.
Have you done it before?
I mean, yes, I have. I have done it, but to the wrong person who was a narcissist.
Would you consider yourself a traditional female?
What is a traditional female? Cook at home.
Cook at home, take care of the kids, stay at home wife.
Absolutely, but
submissive to husband.
And that's why I work from home. That's why I want to work from home. That's why
you're an alpha female.
Yes, I have an online business or businesses, and I used to work. I used to have a job, like as an operations manager and doing other things, but now I'm taking a different route. So I will be a stay-at-home wife, working, making money at home, traveling the world, making money from my laptop.
Can I ask you a question?
I do the same thing, but I don't consider myself an alpha female.
Okay, but can you see, like, in my manner, like, I'm very, like, strong. I might come across as aggressive, but it's more like I'm passionate about what I'm saying.
Are you like the submissive type?
I will submit. Yes, I am.
Like naturally,
Absolutely. I'm not.
Do you think that's an alpha trait to be submissive?
The thing is, I'm both. I'm very balanced in both departments.
X-Men again.
So who Dimitri's seen today is not who I am with my partner. I'm very soft. I'm very sensitive.
Really?
But in public,
so you're just doing a balancing act.
I mean, no. It's just. I mean, it's a bit of both. Magic. Period.
I'm not even gonna argue. Just live your movie, bruv.
I will.
And the thing is, like, I know you think you have this mindset and it's special to you, but it's not. There's a lot of women out there that have that same mindset, and boy.
And where are they now?
Single.
In your chair.
Single.
Well, I had that mindset.
It's peak.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious, but whatever.
I've definitely had that mindset.
Now go on, listen to someone that might, be able to teach you something.
I married Penelope's dad, and we got divorced, and I was a single mom. And I had to be, had to do it all. I had to be the breadwinner. I had to do everything. And then I called in an alpha male, and he came. And my, oh my, like, I was not at all prepared for what he was calling me out on. And it did take a long time of adaptation. That's still currently happening. And what you were describing about feelings, like, and listening and observing, and is this rational, and the stories and all this stuff, like, I was happier alone in a way, but actually we're not meant to be alone. And it's only through this relationship that I'm actually able to be summoned into presence and get the reflection of where my work is, of my own development. And the need for velocity in my own ability to process my feelings and emotions has never been more essential than now. And frameworks and programs need to be available for women so that we can find ways to channel this powerful energy that we all hold, and not to just dispense it and leak it out and smear it on the other people, which is what I see is happening. It's irresponsible, it's dangerous, and it's destructive. And we've got to be able to harness it in a way that's productive, meaningful, loving, and extremely powerful in a way that's like really, really on point.
So how does a woman do that? I want you to follow up. How does a woman do that? How does a woman display that? And what specific actions and behaviors does a woman do to accomplish that exact outcome?
For me, it's around different lifestyle therapies. And I do it through embodiment practices. So that fun fact about me that I didn't share was that I love to dance with reckless abandon. And seriously, to take that emotion that gets unprocessed or that gets triggered, I can take it and I can take it into my workout. I can take it into my dance. I can take it into a number of different things.
But I mean with a man, because we're talking relationships. Like how do you summon that thing that you talked about what you talked about, like being open to change, being open to direction, and then being with an alpha. And you said yourself, like, well, that alpha is going to like correct my behavior, and it hurts to hear, and maybe I'm happy alone. But then you said, but we're not meant to be alone, so maybe I should listen to that. So how do you act in that situation?
Well, there's a myriad of reactions. Sometimes I shut down and sometimes I escape. But the way that I'm working towards is to stay open, which means like my heart staying open and leaning into this fire of frustration, of anger, of confusion, and then going through it. Because the time of pushing it down and pushing it out is over. It's causing cancer, it's destroying relationships, it's just totally destructive. We've got to move it through. And we have to have these, and I find this embodiment practice extremely powerful. I find my methodologies that I work with mentally less powerful. And also you've got to stay on point with your sleep, with your diet. You've got to stay on point with yourself.
And what's the goal of all of that? So these are the actions. What's the goal?
The goal is peace for me.
And what does peace look like?
Peace looks like joy, fun, play, depth, intimacy.
With by yourself, with somebody like you're avoiding
in a
relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what does joy, fun, intimacy look like in the relationship? What does that mean?
It means like dancing in the kitchen. It means like really incredible lovemaking.
But you don't like it when I'm not saying that you're not acquiescing to it. You said, but I don't really like that feeling when I get corrected. Of course you shouldn't like that feeling, right? But then how do you react to that? You said I react in different ways, but what's the goal of that reaction? The
goal of that reaction is growth.
And the end result being that either we're right for each other or not, or the end result being I want you to lead me and I want to be happy with you, so therefore I will take the steps necessary to accomplish that.
Absolutely, that's the goal.
That is absolutely the goal. But it looks different each time, and it's up to me to be able to trust this man. And I test him like you described. We do it subconsciously and maybe even a little bit consciously, but we test our men. And I'm not saying it's right, but I am acknowledging that it happens. And it's in a way so that we can increase our capacity to surrender to them. And I'm not saying it's right.
You said increase the capacity to surrender to them. What does that mean? Can you clarify? That's really fascinating.
It's very intimate. It's actually all the way down to like my muscles and how they are relaxed or tense.
So you're actively working towards being able to surrender or submit to another leader that's entered your life in a relationship with you.
Absolutely.
That's fascinating. That's beautiful. And one of the things that coming back to this lady's point, she said something that contradicted. And I think it's really important for young guys to hear this because my passion is developing young men to become better versions of themselves. That's like my passion in life. Okay, which is why the organization which I represent is literally in the business of developing young men through various business disciplines. But she said that, I'm an alpha female. I've been on my own since 17. I know how to take care of myself. And when she said that, first of all, that's really admirable that you were clearly not choosing to be alone at 17. You were put in a position at an age while you're still a minor to be independent, take care of yourself. That's an admirable accomplishment, right? Very admirable. And I think if a man was kicked out of home or there was a bad situation at home and a man started to take care of himself at 17 and built himself up from taking care of himself from being the time that he's a minor, I think it would be really attractive to a lot of women. Because women would say, man, this guy had it hard, but my God, he came through that experience as a better man, and I respect him for it. But here's the flip side to that argument, right? For a man to look at a woman and say she's been alone since 17, that is a net negative. It's admirable, but it's not feminine. And here's why. Because the fact that there was a dissolution of family at 17 that led you to that situation means that there was a weak or unpresent father in the relationship. And one of the most important things for a man looking for a woman is a strong relationship with her father. So coming back to your point, why you view me as disrespectful. I understand why you view me as disrespectful. Here's why. Because you think we're in competition, and we're not. I don't want to and I can speak. We're going to have a 1% man panel, bringing in 3 of the guys from our organization here tomorrow on Saturday. We're going to bring in guys that are actually verifiably in the top 1%. We can back that up with a lot of different metrics, right? And not a single one of those guys would say, "I want a woman to compete with me." They would say, "Let's say you see not me, because to you right now, I'm a guy in a jokey clown purple suit, and I'm a okay, fine, piece of crap. But let's say you see a guy that sort of fits my profile, okay? Fits my profile, sort of. Let's just say that profile is." A guy that's a C-level executive in a company that's 6'4", that wears suits wherever he goes, and can speak fairly eloquently and make a point. Like, he's not stupid, okay? And you might say to yourself, well, that guy's pretty well put together. Is it possible this guy might be husband material? And don't say this about me, because to you, I am not. But if you find a man with that profile, is generally that man of husband material. He's successful, he travels the world, he wears suits, he has a great lifestyle, and he's willing to commit and be monogamous for an extensive period of time. Is that man potentially husband material?
Yeah. What characters does he possess? Because I didn't hear anything about that.
Well, the characteristics that he possesses would be actualized through his life, meaning that, characteristics...
Is he respectful? Is he nice? Is he gentle?
The fact that his woman hasn't left him, the fact that his kids love him, and all this kind of stuff. Let's just assume you don't know much about him. You just met him. But right there in front of you stands a man who's 6'4", who's making millions of dollars a year, and you have definitive proof that he's willing to commit, be monogamous, raise a family with you, take care of you, and give you the life that you desire while being loyal to you that entire time. That is a fact. Those are just these are observable facts, okay? And you see that man, and that man says, hey, I have something that I want to share with you that I think you might appreciate. And instead of acquiescing and saying, well, since this man potentially has those characteristics I want to find in a husband, your reaction is to compete with that man. And that is a masculine reaction. Because men compete with men. Women should not compete with men on male characteristics, because it's not because it's wrong, not because you're not a bad bitch, not because you can't take care of yourself, because it's unattractive to a man.
I totally agree with you, and I would never compete with my partner who I really want to be with, who I feel is healing himself, and he can heal me too. Why would I want to compete with him?
A man will never want to heal you. Not alpha leader man will never want to heal you. It is not a man's job to conquer the demons in a woman. It is a woman's job to conquer the demons in a man. This is what our society. Can I say this point?
Absolutely.
This is what our society is lacking.
I'm very much healing. I feel like healing's a lifelong journey. But when I say healing, I mean like making me feel secure, doing all the right things for my mindfulness, all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
And yet, when you meet a man that carries that exact energy that you're describing, you're misreading it as a hostile, arrogant energy because you want to compete with that man on the metrics that you want to measure yourself by. That is the outcome of that. Now, I'll finish on this. I won't talk more because I think it's really important. One of the things that women find attractive in guys, and you'll see this a lot, is they'll go for that bad boy, right, Richez? They'll go for that bad boy. He's got a little bit of a mean streak. And the reason is, this is a devils and angels. This is a biblical argument, right? Because a woman will see a guy that has a devil inside. And usually a man that has a devil inside is capable of great danger. But because of that danger, he's capable of great success. Because he's dangerous, because he's able to inflict pain, he's also able to protect you from pain. And so you're naturally going to be attracted to that man because that man is a leader. And so what a woman sees in that, she goes, oh my goodness, he's got and you girls have all been in this relationship. There was not enough danger in there. It's not that he was too dangerous. It's he was too damn lackadaisical. He was too lazy, too unambitious, but you're seeing something in him that you can fix. And you go, ooh, I can temper this dragon. You might be tempering, by the way, don't try to fix laziness. That is not a dragon you want to temper. Right? But you're like, and your girls are laughing, I know that's true. I want to fix this guy. I want to help him. I can be the one to redeem him and make him the man he was meant to be. And that relationship is the one that actually tends to succeed a little bit more. A little bit, not always, but a little bit more, but you have to look for specifically what the devil you're conquering. And it shouldn't be laziness. It should be other things, but not laziness.
100%.
All right, let me move on. I've still got loads of super. That was like the fourth one. All right, cool. Where we at? All right. Big up to Johnson for the super chat. Didn't say nothing. Appreciate you. Big up Zorro. He says all women's career and money does is turn them into the man they always wanted to date and marry. Mm-hmm. The more money a man makes, the less he care about your success, and they will never take an old woman seriously. Big up Zorro. He says women are not single by choice. They are celibate. Big up D. This one is for Dimitri. Thank you for teaching the couch of shame. They hate what you are saying just from their facial expressions. Preach, sir. Big up Frenchie, King Richez and Dimitri on fire. Big up to Carlos for the mic. Big up to Carlos for another mic. Yeah. Big up to D. Lady in the blue and white jacket, 35 and married with 2 children here. Ma'am, are not wifey material. One question, are you submissive? I already asked her that, but big up to you. Big up to the UK Economist. Please ask, most women who marry quality family-minded and affluent men tend to be conservative. How are you going to attract said affluent man if your political values don't match? Mm-hmm. What do you think about that quickly?
Well, I want to say real quick, because I used to have really untraditional values, and I used to have I just had a wrong way of looking at life. I thought like, oh, I need to be this boss babe. I didn't grow up with a father most of my life, and then I healed my relationship with my father, thank goodness. But, I grew up with this really bad mindset, and I was attracting a lot of negative things in my life. And I'm really glad that I changed that mindset, and I'm really glad that I'm in a really healthy, submissive relationship now that I'm dating to marry. And I think traditional values like waiting for marriage, I think not being promiscuous, not flirting with other men, not going out and partying and drinking.
Maybe not, broadcasting or advertising yourself on social medias and stuff. That's what a lot of chicks do, even when they're in relationships.
Exactly. And so I stopped doing all of those things, and now I'm in like this amazing relationship, and I'm finally happy. But I had to heal my relationship with my father and myself before I could find my dream man, before I could find my soulmate, because I had a lot of things that I had to fix before I found the person I wanted. And it comes from those conservative values that I now have and my conservative political views.
All right, cool. Big up Zorro. There are more women than men on earth. Y'all are sharing. Big up to... I can't say your first name, but Swaggins, yeah? The 32-year-old is doing the cardinal mistake. when a woman loves a man, every other man is invisible. When a man loves a woman, he will always admire other women. Quantity versus quality, where opposites is biology. Big up to FS Claire. The couch is showing why marriage in the West is over. These are the same people that we are supposed to believe will really follow their vows before God. Guys, you gain nothing from marrying them, but risk losing everything. Big up Israel. Why is that funny? What's funny about that, in your opinion?
It's just assumptions, right? But I have to listen to your super chats.
You don't have to listen to the super chats.
I mean, I do have to listen.
You don't have to. You can reply if you think they're taking.
It's just assumptions, right? What did he say? Something about the women on the couch are not to be married or whatever. But as someone who is dating a man that I truly do respect, he is very masculine. Very much respect him, but the only way that I could really do that is if he showed me respect and gentleness as a woman. If he had a raging ego and bravado and he was just...
Well, like me, innit?
No, not like you. Maybe like someone else energetically.
I can literally see half your tit from here, and you're being the person that's that's projecting virtues. Come on.
Okay.
You have a man that you respect, and you go on a TV show dressed like that? Please.
Well,
really? Is that hey, guys watching the show, would you let your girl go on a show that thousands of people watching dressed like that?
Hold on.
What are you projecting, really?
Hold on. That's down to me to choose. You don't have to be that disrespectful.
I'm not making the choice of what you're wearing. You're choosing it. Whether or not it's disrespectful,
that's very
super chats can decide.
That's very subjective. Thankfully, I'm dating someone who respects my choices and how I dress.
And advertising yourself to other men?
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, because before it gets mad disrespectful, yeah?
Yeah.
If your guy was... Have you got Instagram?
I do have Instagram.
Do you post like Instagram content where like you're wearing dresses like the one you're wearing?
They vary, to be honest. It's mostly music related.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So like if your guy was to be like, you know what, I need you to take down all of that stuff, would you do it?
Okay, little story here.
He's asked you already.
Wait, hold on. Let me... so before I left the house, I did FaceTime this man and I was like, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, you look good. And I was waiting for him to maybe say otherwise. If he had said, maybe cover it up a little bit, I would be here dressed up a little bit differently.
Okay, cool. But what about the
because I respect him.
What about the question I asked you?
Could you repeat the question?
So you didn't listen to what I said?
I did, but obviously I'm having to respond to him. And I asked a different question, so I would like you to repeat the original.
I mean, it's cool if you wasn't listening. Just say you weren't listening.
No, that's an unfair thing to say. Could you just repeat it because I don't remember?
It is fair because I asked you a question. You heard the question. No one else was speaking. And then you started talking about something else.
If that's how you want to...
It's not. It's actually...
If that's how you want to think...
But no, it's not what I
don't remember the question.
It's not... I understand that. Cool. But I'm saying it's not what I think. It's what happened.
And I said I don't remember the question. Would you mind repeating it?
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't want to repeat it. Forget. I'm going to move on. Big up to Israel for a super chat. Marriage is honourable. Big up to Andrew Ward for the £100 super chat for the Jeren Fund. If you know, you know. Big up to... If you know, you know. That's how I know. Listen, Andrew, yeah? That's how I know you're an original supporter, bruv, for the Jeren Fund. Yeah, everyone in the super chat, if you know about the Jeren Fund from back in the day, you are an OG. Yeah, big up to you. Big up to Johnny for the super chat. He says, fingerprints on the sunglasses.
Where?
Oh, mad.
What the fuck?
Oh, my God.
That's the only thing that you can say. Not even nice jacket. Oh yeah, you got fingerprints on the sunglasses. All right then, thank you. Let me wipe.
No, wipe it. No, just wipe it on your shirt.
I don't even
just
see
wipe it on
bro.
your shirt. It's calm.
Do you know how hot it is in here, fam?
I know.
My face is sweating. Everything's condensing.
The sunglasses make you sweat more.
It's mad in this corner over here, man. Like I'm heating up like a roast chicken.
I mean, you are wearing a leather jacket though.
And leather trousers, bro. If I was gonna
kind of put yourself in that. Accountability is your friend.
Yeah, well, I'm accountable for what I wore. I wish I knew that the lights were gonna be so damn hot. I would have worn, I don't know, one long ass dress that is flowy as hell, fam.
Trust me, it's always summertime in here. Trust me. Alright, cool. Big up Zorro. It's predicted that by 2030, 49% of women are going to be single, childless. Thank you, panel, for proving I made a great decision to invest in animal food and IVF.
Wow. IVF, yeah.
Big up to Frenchie. Why am I not surprised that it is the sisters that are defending the indefensible? Please stop. Black men deserve to be respected. So embarrassing. I think she's talking about the reaction video. Like, to be honest, I'll be real. I think you lot was actually more fair than I thought you was gonna be. I think you lot did call out both those women. More, even you in the with the fingerprints.
Yes, me with the fingerprint.
Because at first you was. Yeah, when you stepped in here, you was like, I saw that clip, blah, blah, blah.
I did, yeah.
And then now when we saw the whole video, it wasn't actually what the clip portrayed, rather. Yeah?
I was impartial.
That's what I'm saying. So when you hear people outside, because people are going to still be talking crap, because people don't like the truth, really. They don't care about what's real. People are still going to run with it. Some people will watch this and still not care and still talk rubbish. So in your own life, when you leave here, you can set people straight. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I can tell them, I met the man in person. He's all right, man. He's
not even just that, but you saw the whole video.
No. Honestly, no. It's a context thing. So I'll tell people, go watch the video and then have a second opinion on it. The same way if you go to a doctor and they tell you have cancer, they're going to go to 5 different doctors just to make sure that you really have cancer.
Second opinion business, trust me.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Big up to big up to Dennis. He says, modern women today want the power of a man, the privileges of a woman, and the responsibilities of a child. Being an adult is difficult for them. Big up to Frenchie. Stop trying to tone police men unless you want a feminine man. Ooh. Nice. That's what I get that. I get told that a lot. It's not what you say, it's the way you say it. It's not what you said, it's the way you said. Why not listen to what I actually said? Get out your feelings. Like, that would actually get you quite far in this world. If you actually listen, take your feelings out of it, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Feelings don't pay the bills. Feelings didn't build this building. And that's the reality. And that's the reality men have to deal with. And guess what? If a lot of you say all of this stuff, but if you got with a guy who was really, really into his feelings, you probably won't like him.
That's true. Yeah,
that's absolutely true.
So I would want a man who's very masculine.
Yeah, if I was like, oh my god, I'm not trying to hurt I'm not trying to hurt no one's feelings here. You're like, this guy's weak. That's the reality. That's why all these people, you know what? And all these women that talking all this crap. And listen, I'm out of the market. I'm off the market. Yeah, but all these women that are talking crap on this Twitter, guess what? They're actually, to a certain degree, very attracted to me, bruv. They're saying all of this stuff, but they're compelled. They must DM me and tell me give me a piece of their mind, because there's actually attraction there. Because in their lives, they don't really meet many guys that will stand on their square and tell them, yo, these are my boundaries, and if you don't like it, get out. They don't really meet many guys like that. They're used to guys that are desperate to sleep with them. I want her vagina. I don't care. So that's what it is, and a lot of these guys, these simps. I said there was one guy I saw on TikTok. He's like, oh, who's this King Richez wasteman? Blah blah blah. That's not gonna get you vagina, my friend. It ain't. So something to think about. I still got to get through these super chats, man. I big up to everyone that is hitting the super chat, supporting the show, man. It's much love and respect, and I appreciate all of you. Yeah. All right. Big up to Simba. He says, nah, scratch all that. You're 100% right, Richez. The learning lesson is to give them one chance. They only doing that because you let it slide before. Yeah, bro, like, I mean, if someone don't want to listen, they could go do your own podcast somewhere, but it's not going to be better than this one. I know it ain't. So, that's it. Big up Caleb. If you come into a relationship thinking you run something, you're going to go back to the streets. We aren't going to go back and forth with you forever. We aren't going to keep having idiotic convos. Yeah. Big up to IR relationships, not only gender but racial as well. If you've never had to answer to a black man as an authority figure, you by default think you can disrespect him. Remember, as I said, a lot of us come from households where, you know, even in our community, we're not used to having a man telling us what to do. We're not used to having a man that looks like me discipline us. So, you know, and I'm not even disciplining because we just reacted to the video and I was actually quite nice. And I was saying, please, 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 like Oliver Twist. But for some reason, he's violated. How could he violate her? Oh my God, he's disrespectful. Someone needs to rush him, bro. Do you know someone was saying that? Someone needs to rush him outside. Like, what, fam? Like, bruh. Anyway, I'm always outside anyway. Yeah. Big up to D. Blue and white lady, ma'am, go home and burn the Book of Delusions, please. There is no saving you, though. That was a lady that said that. So, don't know how you feel about that.
I don't feel anything about it because they don't know me.
Fairs. Big up to Zorro. Saddest demonstration of people in the West is 42 plus women making 50k single and childless. Menopause can start at 40. That means 0 eggs and 100 times more emotional. Big up Johnny Yallop. Direct speech isn't disrespectful, bro. That's what Dimitri was saying. I think that you said it as well. I think you were saying it as well. It wasn't disrespectful. I was just being direct. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not beating around the bush. We haven't got time for it. Like, where we at? Oh man, I've lost my place. Yeah, big up to Brighton. He says, let's take a breath. Big up Mr. B93 for the Canadian. He says, the truth is the truth. There are no different versions. It's your interpretation that changes. King, the title of the show says it all. Big up to you. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Armour. Big up King Richez. And guess, whatever happens in the pod, you have to take foods for thoughts home. Hearts choose minds. Think bodies do everything. Big up JD, love the suit. I'm applying to the sales role for King. Don't change for them. Prior naval officer, understand leadership and running with the wolf pack. Big up to JD, yeah. So make sure you go and get onto the sales position with my guy over here, man. Like, do you know what I mean? Dimitri's on job, serious, bro. Like, so get involved. Big up Doug MPA. If it wasn't for this podcast, none of you women would ever come in contact with a man of Dimitri's caliber. He makes too much money to have to deal with you. Is that funny?
Lord God.
False.
Very false. It's giving very shallow, but you know, I'm not going to comment on stupidity. It's shallow.
I mean, this is London as well. There's so many people of so many
with status and respect.
Who cares?
Wife and 4 kids for 10 years.
Well, I feel sorry for your wife.
You feel sorry for my life or my wife?
I feel sorry for your wife.
Really?
What does your wife think about you saying all
to be honest, hold on, I'm going to cut off what you're saying.
Awesome.
If he was allowed to disrespect me, then I can as well.
You're disrespecting yourself. Look at how you're here.
He was talking about what he sees and what he can see from his perception right now. You're talking about somebody that's not even here to defend himself. Do you know? That's the difference.
But his delivery was wrong.
It don't matter about delivery. Get out of here, bro, about delivery. She's saying something about I feel sorry for. You don't know his home life.
I got a question. Why
he made a comment. He made a comment on how you're dressed. Like, to him, you know?
Oh no, this goes. I don't care about that part.
So
I'm
what was it then?
just generally his demeanor, the way that he does talk about quite a few women here.
But
I find him quite disrespectful.
But he's not talking about your home life.
Why are you guys attacking my wife and kids? And you are attacking my kids because you're unhappy at home and blah blah. It's like you're implying that my kids are in an unhappy household.
As a woman, can I just say, I wouldn't want
as a woman gives you no right to any argument.
I wouldn't want
as a woman.
a man that I'm with to talk to other women the way that you have.
And I didn't say
of your age.
One at a time, please.
And I didn't speak.
That's
about
not what you said.
And I didn't speak about your family. I just said that you seem unhappy, and I feel like in your demeanor.
Are you a judge? Are you the judge of that?
I'm good at reading energy.
Are you happy?
No, I am.
Really? You're 32, you're single, you read tarot cards, and you're an entrepreneur with no money looking for investors on a frickin' podcast in the middle of the night, and you're happy?
See, and
everything is falling apart in your life.
This is what I mean.
What are you the truth is disrespectful?
Listen, let me tell you something. Listen, let me tell you something, Dimitri. Let me tell Dimitri. Please let me speak, please. Listen, in the physical world, you may have money and power and all these great things, but I'm telling you, you actually hold no power. You hold no power. I'm telling you.
Cry.
No, it's fine. You don't have to believe me, but the way
I buy more cats? Will that give me power?
Listen, your energy, the way you speak to people, the way you come across, like I could really learn something from you because you don't chat shit. You actually are saying some valuable things, but it's the fact that it's the way you're delivering things, it's the way you judge people and the way you speak about people that you don't know is what you know, kind of just makes me feel like you're unhappy because, you know, what's it called? What's that word called? Hurt people. If you was coming from a place of love,
you hurt?
I'm definitely not.
Wait, but you said you're hurt.
She's talking about you.
I'm talking about you.
No, but if I'm hurting people,
listen, let me speak.
No. If I'm hurting people, then I'm hurting you. Are you hurt?
No.
Who am I hurting? Who's hurt? Raise your hand if you're hurt.
Let me ask you. Can I say something?
Who's
to you?
hurt? No, but I'm calling your bluff.
Dimitri,
Where's the hurt?
it's a saying. So if I wasn't such a strong-boned person, I'll probably be upset. I'll be sensitive. I'll be crying right now.
So you're not hurt?
I'm definitely not.
Okay, so I'm not hurting you. So I'm not a hurt person. That's your philosophy.
I'm not the only person you've affected today, and I'm saying
who's hurt? Raise your hand.
No, but
Richez,
please let me speak. You're speaking over me. Let me speak. I'm saying your energy, the way you come across, it's like deep down you are unhappy because happy people do not speak and spread this kind of.
I like how you're choosing your words now because you got caught in a lie. Hurt people, but you're not hurt.
Yes, and I'm talking about you.
So I'm hurting you. Yeah, then I'm hurting you. If I'm hurt, I'm hurting you. Are you hurt? Are you hurt?
You're trying to. Now, if I was
you're not hurt, so I'm not hurt enough.
If I was a weak woman and I believed in what you said, I might go home and cry tonight. I might go home and commit suicide. Some people would do that, wouldn't they?
You're not a weak woman. You're a stupid woman, but you're not a weak woman.
I'm definitely not stupid, though.
You're strong and stupid like a man.
It's the way you speak to people. Like, it didn't have to be this way. And I'm not the only one on the panel that feels like this.
It is exactly how it has to be.
Because, like I said, you're smart.
Are you hurt?
Oh, my God.
Are you hurt?
Oh, my God.
All right.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to move on because this is getting boring. It's getting very boring. Go on. So you're going to
No, nothing. I just, it's interesting to me. Like one of the things that Robert Greene teaches in the Laws of Power is he talks about the mindset of abundance, right? And in our business, one of the things that we do is we identify high-value men in order to sell our products to them, which is why our clients are, very successful, top 1% men. Like literally all 15,000 of them across 27 countries, many of whom you guys see in the news and stuff. And one of the ways that we try to identify wealth, and it's very easy in a conversation once you know how to spot it, is actually checking for abundance in mindset and abundance in talk, right? So one of the things that I saw in some of the comments in the past, it's like, I'll say something like, hey, here's what I do for a position. This is the company I built, blah, blah, blah. Here are the people I work with. People are like, oh, but he's so unhappy at home. I bet his wife hates him. I bet she's going to divorce him. I bet his kids don't like him. None of these things are true, by the way. But what's interesting about that, what does it display? And I think about that from like an energy and abundance perspective, right? When you see somebody being successful and you have to diminish them by saying, well, they're successful, therefore they're not happy. They're diminishing because they don't believe in abundance, because they're scarce. They think if they're more successful than me, it means there's other things they're lacking. And that is the definition of a scarcity mindset. And I'll tell you the text message I got from my wife right before the show. I texted her and I said, what's going on today? Like, just like, what's going on? What you doing today? And she texted me back. She's like, just dropped the kids off at school. Gonna do some gardening. I have to cook a little bit because we have a few other kids coming over for a birthday party. And then I have to drive a couple of kids, to hockey practice. And I said, is that how you envisioned it? And she replies, that's exactly how I envisioned it. And that's interesting to me because she's not trying to compete on the male criteria. And she's a very conservative woman. She told me she wants to get married. She wants to have children. She wants to support her husband. And during our 10-year anniversary dinner, one of my favorite things she said is, I said, are you glad you built this life with me? Because I want to ask that question. I think directness is really important. I just say, are you glad? And she goes, I didn't build this life with you. She said, I chose to be a passenger on your train.
I knew he was going to say that.
Of course.
Narcissist.
Wow. That's not, whoa. Wow. You perceive that as being,
oh my.
Wow.
Just everything. I'm reading everything you're saying right now. I knew you was going to try and
You can read? I'm shocked you can read.
I knew you was going to try and do this. Obviously, you want to portray your everything about you as happy. Yeah, 100. I knew he was going to do this. It's fine. Do have your time. It's fine.
What he just said was so beautiful. Do you know how many men and women are divorced nowadays? Like 10-year relationships are almost unheard of now. Like that was so beautiful. That gives me hope for women and men in this world.
And if I could, Rich, is like for me, like, one of the things I tell young guys, they say, Dimitri, should I not get married because, I see this couch situation and I see a lot of things that can potentially hurt me. I say, no, you should definitely get married. You should build yourself as a man where you can choose a woman whose character you believe in, and then you should raise strong sons. Our society, that's the problem right now, is that our society is killing boys. Our society is telling boys it's not okay to be masculine. It's not okay to be driven. It's not okay to have conservative values. It's not okay to be valiant in the pursuit.
It's not okay to be in control of your own podcast and tell people to get out if they don't apply by the rules or they don't play by the rules. I can't tell them to get out. I should just let them run riot and do whatever they want. Because I just got to worry about how she feels about the way I'm saying it. I might not be saying anything wrong, but it's the tone. No, bruv. The world doesn't run or revolve on feelings, bruv. There's a thing called mathematics, physics, logic. There's a lot of things that come into play. So, like, I just feel like this. Like, if I'm not being disrespectful, don't tell me about my tone of voice.
Yeah. Can I just respectfully say I don't even disagree with a lot of Dimitri's saying. Philosophically, I'm on board. I definitely agree. However, it doesn't change the fact that he has this repulsive personality, and we are just responding to that. I'm not even hurt. That's it. I agree. I would love for this world to be.
I'm so glad you find me repulsive. That actually gives me hope, because what I don't want is, earlier today we're hanging out with Pearl and
can we just finish our sentence without you constantly interrupting? You're like the biggest interrupter.
The biggest on Earth, all of Earth. Every man on Earth and woman
darling, too. You are so hilarious.
Am I the biggest?
Oh my God, I'm so freaking hilarious in my clown suit.
Imagine being at that age.
Stop. Let other people speak.
I'm sorry you don't like my suit.
Imagine being at that age and not having no respect.
Imagine having all that money and you can't even wear a nice suit.
Imagine being at your age and thinking you're an entrepreneur who reads tarot cards.
But anyway,
all that money, and this is how it ended up. And also, earlier you were saying something very interesting. You were saying that we have a lack of abundance, but like a scarcity mindset when we see people with money and who are successful.
No, actually, I was talking about her.
Well, you made that statement. No, you made that statement. I would like to say I have met quite a lot of successful people who are very impressive, and the only thing that makes me like them is their personality and their character.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We could go into Mayfair. We could go into Mayfair right now. There might be a bunch of successful men. I would run away from you spiritually because of the way that you just ooze your repulsive personality. Please give me a break. To be honest, with King Richez, I did have my preconceived notions. I watched a few videos. I did come here with a little bit of judgment, and despite the fact that this is his platform, I'm leaning more towards having a more favorable opinion of him because he's not being disrespectful or rude. But you were rude from the bat, on and off the show.
I just want to point out that before the show started, they were sitting on the couch and they're like, "That guy's got a Joker suit. Look at that stupid suit." Ha ha ha.
Nobody said that.
100%.
You said that about yourself, self-deprecating because you want.
Oh, really?
You said that about yourself, honey. I wasn't thinking about your suit.
Narcissists don't self-deprecate.
About yourself. I'm a witness. I saw the conversation. You said that.
You're a trustworthy source.
You said that about yourself.
You're a 32-year-old single tarot card reader. You have no credibility.
And this is the thing.
Zero credibility.
Zero. Hilarious.
Calm down. All right.
I'm enjoying this.
You're not a respectable man.
You're not a... Oh.
What's funny? Because we can just end it now. What's funny?
Everything. Everything's funny.
Oh, everything's funny?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to leave?
If you want me to.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay.
Was I disrespectful to her? Was I being rude to her?
No, you were great. You're fine.
So what was that? What was that about?
To be honest, bless her, she was riled up because our energy is more towards this man over here.
But
unfortunately, it's interrupting the show.
I understand that. And to be honest, didn't we talk about, your energy and all of that? At the end of the day, I just asked her something normal, and then what was her response? What kind of response was that?
I have to take some of the blame because I was quite, kind of going at him a little bit, and she jumped on it. But
don't you think? Okay, cool. You take responsibility. Don't you think that you should have maybe checked her?
To be honest, each time that she
not
was
even check her, but tell her yo, can't
no. Each time she was getting riled up, respectfully, I would put my hand on her just to calm her down a little bit. It is a very controversial platform. We are talking about controversial topics. You said that when we arrived, and it is what it is. I would hate to see her go, to be honest, because she's got a great character.
No. At the end of the day, she was being funny towards me, the host. I wasn't rude to her. I wasn't rude to her at all, was I?
No, you have the ultimate say, so it's fine.
No, it's not about that. It's the fact I wasn't rude to her, and what she did was just showing disregard towards me. I don't care if she's arguing with him. You're an adult.
She didn't switch quick enough.
No. I don't want to hear the excuses. She's an adult, bruv. She's an adult, remember? She's been doing this since she was 17, bruv. So why is it difficult to understand that if you're arguing with one person, that doesn't mean you take it out on somebody else who is not being rude to you?
Mm-hmm. Which goes back to feelings. It's not the feelings that are the enemy. It's how you react to them and what you do with them, because they're there, just like the clouds in the sky and the rain that comes down. So we've got to learn some skills. And our parents didn't teach us, our schools didn't teach us. And it's our responsibility as adults to figure it out, especially women.
What do you think about this girl leaving? What do you think about it? I just want to know.
Do you guys really want my opinion?
No, I want to.
I've been sitting in this corner just observing.
Listen. I don't want you to talk about Dimitri.
No, I'm not going to talk about
me
him.
and her just now because you know. So he's violating. I want to know how I violated her just now.
I'm not going to say that there was a violation. I don't think it was a violation. I think it was a build-up, right, to a certain point, and then it was just like a fire. So it was like the fire got directed at you. Do you understand? Yeah. So it's like, imagine, like, say, for example, this lady over here had been going at me. And so I'm already in that energy of... anyone who chats to me in a certain way, I'm gonna attack you off the bat. Yeah. Like, but then afterwards, But then afterwards, I can reflect and be like, do you know what? Looking back at that, maybe I should have handled that a different way. That's what I feel like it is. It just feels like, you know, she was in that energy where it was like she was getting riled up, and then it was like, okay. She laughed, and you were like, okay, like, why are you laughing, kind of thing. So it's just like whoever was trying to test her at that moment in time would have got it. I don't think even if it wasn't you, I feel like it's anyone who would have just like tried to nab at her at that point would have got it. So I don't think it's anything personal.
Okay, cool. You explained why it's not her fault. So what about me? What do you think I did in that situation?
As I said,
because I get a lot of flack for being mean. So I want to know what I did that was mean.
I know. As I said,
you think I was mean.
Wait, hold on. As I said, I don't think there was a violation. I don't think you violated. No, I don't think you were rude or whatever.
Was I disrespectful?
No.
Okay.
Now
carry on. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I don't think there was a violation. I don't think you were disrespectful. And I don't think there was like any sort of disrespect. I just think it was bad timing, and I think you handled it well. I think you handled it in a respectful manner. Obviously, you told her to come off. You're in control. It's your show. You have to do what you have to do in it. Sometimes it's not easy to make decisions like that, especially when it's just on the go like that. So no, to answer your question, no, I don't think you're disrespectful. I don't think you violated, but I also don't think it was completely her fault for how she, you know, reacted to you. I don't think it was intentional for her to be like disrespectful or whatever.
That's cool. I just think that she didn't think about what she was doing, and at the end of the day, she's an adult, and that's what I think. And I think,
but she's also human. So
and as
Can I quickly say one
as
thing?
an adult human, you have to take accountability for your actions, and that's what happened. That was it.
Fair enough. This is the problem as well. Is when you come into this podcast, you need to be able to be sure of yourself, and you have to, as you said, be professional in all situations that you go into creative things like this. And so, as you said, like, I think you were very correct in how you responded to the situation. And this goes back to what I said in that clip about how women are very emotional, especially in situations that are already heated. It would, of course, be redirected to the next person that she has another conversation to.
But the thing is that it's funny because this is like a lot of people say, oh, women mature way faster than boys. So it doesn't sound like that's actually true, is it? Because boys, we understand, if your mum slapped you in your house, you know, or your mum, you know, beat you, and then you come out the house, that doesn't mean you're going to go and redirect it at the next guy that you see, because you might lose your life.
Yeah, but like I said, but it applies to not. It doesn't apply to everything. Like, it'd be impossible to apply to everything.
What doesn't apply to everything?
Like, you know how you mentioned about how women mature faster than guys.
No, they say women.
Oh, they say
that.
It doesn't apply to every situation because, like you said, we're all human.
So either they do or they don't. Which one is it? Did they mature? That doesn't even...
I think
that kind of destroys that whole theory because it's like, oh, yeah, in some aspects women do, but in other aspects, bro, it's either it is or it isn't.
Wouldn't it be fair to say?
There's no direct answer to
in fact,
that.
the best thing is not to say at all. Say anything at all. Because if you're saying it depends on what's happening, then you shouldn't say at all.
That's correct.
That would be the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's correct.
Wouldn't it be fair to say that people are on a spectrum, men and women, emotionally or maturity-wise? That people...
There's a spectrum, obviously, but the saying goes women mature faster than boys. That's what they don't say spectrum. They don't say anything like that.
I would disagree with that.
Okay.
I would say that men and women are, depending on who they are, what they've went through, how they were raised, they can be on the maturity scale. And it's actually unfair, all these little things that they say, like happy wife, happy life, and all these things that were in favor of women did lead a very toxic mindset amongst us. But I do believe that we are on a spectrum. So we shouldn't really make blanket statements to begin with.
All right, cool. I'm just trying to get through these super chats, fam. That's why I was ending you lots back and forth and all that, because we're trying to get through this and it's getting late. And, you know, that's it. Where are we at? Damn. All right, big up Frenchie. She says, as a black woman myself, you sisters have done nothing but perpetuate those negative stereotypes. Clap for yourselves. King Richez and Dimitri are real. Big up Johnny Boy. King Richez, what's 1 + 1? Tarot lady. It depends on how the stars are aligned on a certain day and the energy and vibrations. Big up Zorro. No, just think as an alpha male, you're just masculine. Big up Mr. B93. Respect. Oh, shoot. He says, respect is a man metric. Another conditional submission. Taking care of yourself is basic adult things. Delusion, let's go. She needs Tyrone therapy. Nah, man, she don't, bruv. She don't. Big up to Doug MPA. He says, 47-year-old woman needs ranch for the word salad. Big up Ice White. The girl wearing in green is well dressed and fine. Big up Lawrence. Only one woman on the panel is wifey material. Big up Israel with the shocked face. Big up Frenchie. Leave his wife out of it. Disgraceful behavior. Big up Brighton. Take a breath, lady. Big up Lawrence. Women can hit below the belt, but men can't. Big up Brighton. Take responsibility. No victim mindset. Let me just refresh it. This has been an awesome podcast. Please, everyone, hit the like button. Yeah? Get the likes up, man. We could get the likes up to 1,000 likes right now. Let's get the likes up. Let's run it up, yeah? Because people need to watch this one, for real. People need to see what was actually said in those little clips and stop talking crap about people that they don't know and that you really don't want to see in real life. And that's it, bro. Like, and yeah. All right, cool. All right, we're going to go around the room and ask for everyone's final thoughts. Boom. I'm going to start with you. What you liked, what you didn't like about the podcast. And listen, let me just say this one thing. I appreciate everybody that comes on my show. It's not an arrogant thing. It's not, I think I'm better than anyone else, or, you know, I'm trying to make it me against the world and I don't like nobody. I'm actually a very humble and nice guy, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't a humble and nice guy, Dimitri wouldn't be giving me, you know, the thumbs up. He wouldn't be putting me in positions with people that are popular, known, high-level people. Like, there's a reason why I can be on the couch with Justin. Remember Justin? Another multi-millionaire, bro. There's a reason why I'm around these people and they advocate for me, bro. There's a reason for that, bro. Because I'm actually a nice person. But it's just like people who are actually low vibration, you know, low intelligence, low, like, just, I don't know, just scumbags, bro. They just can't connect. They can't relate. Because I'll be honest with you, I give everyone a fair chance. Everyone a fair chance, bro. And I don't attack people's family. I don't attack people. I don't call people names. None of that stuff. But people have been doing it to me. Like, so I just find it to be very interesting. This journey I'm on is very interesting. But anyway, with that being said, I'd like everyone to just like say their final thoughts about the show, about if you liked me as a host, if whatever, maybe you learned something, whatever it is, your final thoughts, and advertise whatever you got going on, whether it's your social media or a business or whatever it is, because we trying to help you lot as well. So starting with you.
I had a great time. Really happy to have been on the show and to have met some of the people here. My final thoughts still stands. Respect is just a minimum. Respect goes a long way. And we should just try to continue to understand each other and hold space for each other in this life, because we're here for a short amount of time and we might as well enjoy it and be on high frequency. And that's my final thoughts. Men, women, love both of them. And if you want to follow me, it's The Autumn X. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Next one.
I want to double that, but I also want to include the fact that my experience with you was actually really positive, and everything that you said about yourself, I saw a glimpse of that. So I'm not afraid to say that could be the person you are if I knew you in a deeper level. Like I wouldn't have a doubt that is you. So I just want to say thank you for having me as well, and I enjoyed it. It was really good to also observe other people here. Like I was more of the silent person in the room, and it was just really interesting to be around you guys. So thank you.
All right, awesome. Next one.
Hello. Yeah, I think double down on what the lady said. Like I had a great time. I think it's also nice to, for a change, be like surrounded by people that have very like polar opposite opinions, because I think a lot of people feel more comfortable existing in an echo chamber. And at the end of the day, like we might not agree, we might not hold the same life values, but it's all part of like personal growth, right? Being in a room of people that think differently, that might show you another way, even if that might mean confrontation sometimes. So I had a great time. I would just say like as a personal thing to maybe improve for future shows, just to maybe avoid the amount of people that exit. I think...
Trust me, let me just say one thing. It's never my intention to kick people off.
I know.
Never.
Yeah.
I want to have heated discussions, but there has to be order. Because without order, it's chaos.
Yeah.
Without order, people are going to start getting up and fighting.
No, I agree.
There has to be order. And again, as I'm saying, a lot of people, first level, don't like taking direction from men. Second thing, they don't like taking direction from certain types of men, because they're probably not used to it in their own household.
True.
And that's what it is. And that's what I truly believe. And I believe most of the people that are saying bad things about me, they fall into those two categories. In fact, they probably fall into the latter more often than not.
Agreed. But I think the point that I want to make still is like, I think just in terms of like the moderation side of things, I think there were definitely times today, at least that I personally felt that it wasn't as consistent. Like obviously what certain people were going below the belt with each other, and there were definitely ad-libs happening with certain people that were not moderated as strongly with some guests as they were with others. So I think that's also just something to be mindful of moving forward, that people might feel like, you know, it's easier to follow the rules if we feel like they're being applied very consistently to all members. But when it does feel like someone's being allowed to do certain things that others are getting shut down for, then that's kind of when tensions rise. Yeah. So that would just be my personal word of advice. But otherwise, guys, follow me, Maggie_Lamoon, dancer, choreographer, marketing consultant.
Ow.
All right, next one, please.
Helene Leeds, thank you so much, King Richez, for having us on the show. I think you're an excellent host. I think you're an example of masculine energy. And I think overall there's just a lot of confusion about the masculine and feminine roles in society. And I think there's actually a lot of shame around a woman who wants to be more traditional in terms of serving her husband and raising her children. And I think it's a really sad time for this country, especially, where we have fatherless homes and broken families, and we have the highest suicide rates, we have the highest weight gain, we have the highest depression. We have a lot of problems that we're dealing with, and I think the core of it is this confusion. And so I think your show is really important to hear the truth and for us to sort out our ideas about ourselves and our lives and what we're doing with them. So our program, Step It Up, it's Step It Ups on Instagram. Definitely check us out. Our podcast also on YouTube. And we'll be launching our beta this summer. So if you'd like to lose some weight and do it in a way that's permanent with your mind, body, and spirit, I hope you'll join us.
I did 120 burpees yesterday.
Woo!
I just thought I'd just put that in there.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Whilst I just spilled.
All right. Next one, sunglasses. Let's go. I wear my sunglasses at night.
Facts. Nah, do you know what? Yeah, it's been interesting. I wouldn't say it was good. I wouldn't say it's bad. I would say it's been interesting. And I've taken quite a couple of things from certain people in the room, and overall everything, love and respect all the time. That's what I portray. That's what I try to give to people. That's why I'm gonna sit back in the corner and just observe and let people do them talking, understand, and then whatever I can learn or take from it, then I learn and take from it, and then you move forward in your life, innit? But
did you learn that I'm the villain?
Listen,
did you learn that?
Do you know what I learned? That you're alright.
the villain?
Yeah, you're alright. You're alright.
I'm the horrible bad guy.
I won't call you a villain, but you're alright.
It's disrespectful. He's disrespectful and rude. Violations.
No, I just think that people need to understand perceptions and how people's backgrounds is what makes them take in things in different ways, innit? So just, have understanding, have respect, have love all the time in everything that you do, regardless if you're high up or if you're low down, it doesn't matter. That's the basis, of just human communication. But, if you guys want to follow me and see what the girl does, it's versatile _LES on all socials. You'll see my radio stuff on there. Represent radio. So if you're an artist, if you're a DJ, you want to come on my show, hit me up. I'm always looking for people. And if you want to see like any shows that I'm doing, you'll see it all there. Follow Out and Bad Crew. Follow Just Unplug. Follow We Tomboyish. I'm shouting out all my people then. But yeah, that's what it is.
All right, awesome. Next one, Dimitri.
Should we go to the truth? Richez, should we go to the truth?
Hey, just
I want to talk to the boys. I want to talk to the men that are watching this right now. There's a gross misconception that's occurring here, and it's one that is so hard for us to admit, but it's here. And what it is these wonderfully beautiful ladies come on the show and they say, everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves respect. Let me tell you why it's not true, and I'm going to take the controversial position, and I want the young guys, specifically men, to pay attention. How many of you guys right now watching are 22, 23, 25, 27? Are women respecting you because you exist? Are they giving you the respect for the effort that you're putting into them? Are they giving you the respect for the effort that you're putting into your lives? Or do you feel like these women who disrespect themselves come on the show and demand their same respect that they're not giving you? But it gets worse. Because a lady can come on the show and say, I'm an entrepreneur, and you've met your match. And it's like, men don't go on yachts when we're 20 and 21. Men don't get to ride in Ferraris and Lamborghinis when we're 23. You know what men do? Today I was here on this couch with Zuby. 1.1 million followers, friend of Elon Musk. We were talking. Zuby, for 12 years, sold his CDs on the street. He traveled from city to city, approaching guys on the street, getting rejected and spit on, selling his CDs. That's how he built himself as a man. Do I deserve the same respect as Zuby just because I think that I'm an artist who's never sold an album? Here's somebody that's never started a business, never built anything, never had to face the disrespect that young men face. And she says, we all deserve respect, and I'm just like you. No, we don't all deserve respect. We deserve the truth. And it's the lack of truth in our society that's causing us to suffer, because what we think is that our opinion of ourselves is equal to the accomplishment of others. That our opinion of the truth is equal to the objective truth, but it's not equal. And so young men that are watching this, let me tell you guys, I'm a big proponent of working on yourself. If you want to build yourself in your 20s, I always say this, you got to do two things, money and muscles, in your 20s. Don't waste your time on women who don't respect themselves and don't respect other men, but demand their respect of you. LGFG Fashion House is our company, lgfg.com. You guys know us, the Jordan Peterson suits that are going viral, that's us. You guys see us on TikTok, those suits Eddie Hall's wearing, that's us. lgfg.com, we're hiring young men. We're hiring young men into sales to teach you the discipline of wealth, the discipline of success, and the discipline of personal accountability so that you can build yourself and then choose a woman that meets your values. Thank you.
That's awesome, man. And like, obviously, since I've been on YouTube doing these videos, man, I've always been about men's self-improvement. And obviously, Dimitri's offering you guys an opportunity to like self-improve dramatically, like literally change your life. So I think if you are like a guy that, you know, is in a position where you could this opportunity could benefit you, you may need to look into it seriously, because this is life-changing type stuff right now. So like, you know, I take my hat off and salute Dimitri for, you know, giving these opportunities to guys out there, and I think it's very important that guys take the opportunities that come their way.
But we won't go easy on you. We will hold you to a high standard, and we will tell you the truth. We will tell you when you're failing, and we will expect you to objectively observe your behavior and correct it. We will give you the hardest thing that nobody's given you, and that's the truth.
The truth will set you free. Trust me. All right, last but not least.
Thank you, first of all, for allowing me on the podcast, inviting us here from all the way from LA.
West Side?
It was an amazing experience to be able to hear the truth and also the delusion and some of the confusion. But yeah, you know, I think what I got most from this was that there are so many young women who are suffering mentally, emotionally, physically. And I remember being in that place. I was 300 pounds a few years ago, and I've lost 130 pounds. And I can sit here and say I was depressed, I was anxious, I was almost suicidal. I know how it feels. I was fatherless for a few years, but I healed my relationship with food. I healed my relationship with myself. I healed my relationship with my father, and I no longer suffer from any of those problems anymore. And if any of you are out there right now suffering, you're a young woman, you know, you're stuck in the society and social media saying, oh, you should do this, you should be this, you're beautiful just the way you are. First of all, you need to hear this message, because I know how you feel. I've been where you've been, and I want to help you. And Step It Up is the only way that I found that's worked. No diet works. No therapist can fix your problems. You are the answer. And Step It Up is the only way that's going to help fix all of these problems in one. So if you need help, you can follow us on Step It Ups, and you can go into a link in bio, get on the waiting list. We have a beta launch in July. I'm very excited. And you can follow us on, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's just Step It Up Podcast. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I just want to say, like, big up to all the guests. Like, I really appreciate all of you lot coming to the show. You don't have to do this, and you do come. And, you know, it can be a tense environment. I understand that. You know, obviously, this is what people want to see. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do make it a cornerstone to be offering the truth, the reality, like, and many times telling people the truth or the reality is what is controversial, and it hurts feelings, and people will hate you for it. And that's the reality I'm living. That's the reality a lot of people are living now, you know. And regardless of that, I'd like to say I appreciate each and every one of you guests that come on the show. Even the girl that left, that I asked to leave, you know. I don't think I'm a disrespectful host at all. I think I'm just straightforward, and a lot of people are just not used to that. They want everything sugar-coated, but that's not my job. And that's it. And I'm not going to change how I am, and I'm going to carry on doing this, and we're going to carry on making money and doing shows, and that's it. Like, and that's it. And I'm sure many more people are going to get kicked off the show. That's life. That's it. And at the end of the day, at least I can sleep knowing I've got integrity. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to change or pretend to be something I'm not. I'm just going to be me, and if either you like it or you don't like it, and that's it. You don't have to watch. If you don't like me, don't watch. And that's it. And you people that are trolling, your comments don't get through anyway. So, doesn't matter, bruv. So anyway, with that being said, just want to wrap it up. So big up to everyone. Big up King Producer. Big up Security. Big up H. Big up Top Producer. Big up everyone. Big up to me, though. Remember me? Big up to me. King Richez. King Richez official on Instagram as well. All of that good stuff. You see me working out in the gym. Tomorrow I'm going to be with Dimitri and Eddie Hall. We're going to be recording some stuff. That is going to be awesome. Hopefully I'll get to spar with Eddie Hall. If you don't know who he is, bro, he's one of the world's, if not the world's strongest man. Has King Richez got that energy for men, though? Well, Eddie Hall's the world's strongest man. Anyway, with that being said, actually, Eddie Hall, please don't take my head off. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, we'll be back on Friday. You lot take care of yourselves. Love, respect, like the video, leave a comment. We're out of here. Peace.
What's going on, people? I'm King Richez and you're on the King Richez YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe right now and have the notification bell ringing so you don't miss any of the quality content on this here quality channel. We got something for everyone. We got the street interviews, we got the reaction videos, and we got the podcast. In the street interviews, I go out there and ask the general public questions pertaining to dating, such as, do nice guys finish last? And then on the reaction videos, I react to crazy stuff you see on the internet. And on podcast, we go more in depth on issues pertaining to dating and men's self-improvement. So if you know you like content like that, make sure you subscribe right now and have that notification bell ringing so you don't miss anything. Do it now.